Let me know if you guys can hear me or not. I have no idea if this is working. Can you hear me? Let me know when you guys can hear me, okay? Okay, I'm trying to figure out my phone here because Messenger is not playing things, so I'm trying to take this off. You guys can look at my ceiling for a second. You guys see how I go to play, hold on, I go to play this right here, this message, and it doesn't want to play on this end, so I'm going to have to like resend it to myself so it starts off correctly. The first one. I don't know why my phone doesn't want to play anything. I push play and it just doesn't do anything. Just to focus. You guys understand why that's happening? I don't know. It's not playing anything. It's so weird. Hold on. I'm going to try to figure this out. Sorry, I'm not big on cameras like that, but I'm trying to figure out how to get it to play. My messages through Alex and I are just not playing. It's like I can't push anything. If I push it, it just gives a heart on it, but it won't play the message. Turn off for 10 seconds and turn it back on and it should work. Alright, I will try that. Let's do a reboot. I am turning it off now. Powering off my phone and hopefully it'll play back. So how are you guys doing tonight? I'm trying my best to get things online for you, but we know AI systems are a little cray-cray right now. Mercury retrograde, I mean, yeah, that could be it as well. Alright, let me try to power it back on. My screen is filthy. Hi to everyone joining in. Hello. Ooh, hi Britt. Glad you are home. My phone is rebooting, you guys who are just joining in, because it wouldn't let me play any messages. So I am turning it back on. Okay, so for those who don't understand Oversoul connecting to those who have been that are still alive in this world, you can connect to any Oversoul or any being that you want to on any dimension, regardless if they are alive or if they have passed on. That's how most, like, say you want to tune into music and you want to write music with Bach or Beethoven, you can tune into that energy complex of Bach or Beethoven and have them create with you. Or you can tune into any celebrity or any musician that's alive now and still create with them. They don't have to be passed over for you to connect with them. The same with going into the Akashic Records. You can go into the Akashic Records and kind of merge energies and create anything that you want to, because we are all of one energy. Okay, so that's how that works when you talk to someone who is still alive on this plane. So that's how that works. I'm at my mom's house. She took my dad to the hospital. Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Sending you love for your mom and dad. Trust that whatever is going on within their timeline, they have a soul contract. So that is why they have to go through that. I know it's hard when family. My mom is also not doing well either. But that's part of the ascension for them, okay? Sending you so much love. Okay, my phone is now turning on. It took a minute there, didn't it? And, of course, updating. I have a Note 21, so it should be doing well, but we'll see. Can it happen in your dreams too? Yes, absolutely. Before you go to sleep at night, you can talk to the consciousness or the spirit that you want to astral travel with or get knowledge from, and they will come and assist you in your dreams. I like to tell people who are practicing going out into the astrals for the first time or remote viewing, you have to tether yourself to earth and grounding. And sometimes you can do that by imagining a rope around your body and tying it off to your bedpost, so you actually can see a physical thing. And then when you go into the astrals, you can always pull one out to bring yourself backwards. But you can definitely talk to whoever you want in the astros before you go to sleep and in your dreams, currently or anytime or any timeline. That's also how you can talk to the Galactic Federacy. If you want to start channeling and talking to different beings, you can have them come in your dream state as well, and they will teach you and give you lessons regarding where you stand and where you want to ascend to. So yes, definitely dreams are amazing for that. Okay, my phone is back up. Now let's give it a go. Alex is sending me a message, but sorry, Alex, I'm not trying to ignore your message. I'm trying to see if I can get this to start playing, because there is a lot to go through, and it's already 8 o'clock over here on the East Coast. Let's see, there's so many. Bum, 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 bum. All right, let's give it a go now. Hi to everyone joining. You guys, I'm dyslexic too, so when I start seeing names that are alike, like the JJ, the airplane, and then Veneer. Sorry, honey, I'm just butchered your name. I'm sorry. The JJs mix up in me, so I try to say hi to everybody, but I still have to go through my earthly body here in dyslexia. So sorry about that. Nope, it's still not playing. Dang it. Okay, guys, I don't know how to get my phone to work. My messages just don't want to work. Have I been channeling since I was little? Yes, I started off with seeing apparitions when I was a very young age, and I went through a process of, I really don't want to go into all that, but a lot of things happened within my family, within the father side of the aspect, and being lower dimensional things with my father and that kind of energy. So when this stuff was going on within my household, I would tune out of that, and my higher self would take me basically astral travel and different things like that. So that's how I learned to get away from things that were going on inside the home. But I've also seen spirit prior to that, and prior to things that were going on inside the home. And then my great-great-grandmother, she is a Native American. So I kind of left my Christian upbringing as the years went on, and I tuned into working with her, and she helped me ground myself and figure out how to use the elements of the earth and things like that. But yeah, as a younger age, that's a great idea. Maybe I can. I know she is going through her womanly time of the month thing, and she's not feeling too well today. I know we're all syncing with that, but yeah, if Alex wanted to join in, that would be fine with me. Let me see if she wants to do that. Yeah, I will share more about that, but bringing my father's energy into my now timeline is kind of taxing on my energy, just because he was so evil, and he just a lot going on with my childhood. But I will talk about that when I'm ready. I was writing a book regarding overcoming childhood traumas and all that, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. So maybe talking about it with you guys will help you understand. Hold on, I'm trying to contact Alex real quick. Okay, I just asked Alex if she wanted to join to help me figure out why my messages aren't playing, because maybe they are playing on her end. Like I said, the only other way I can do this is to break it down in tiny segments and then upload them, but I was trying to do it live. Again, it is not, doesn't want to play, you guys, and I don't know how to get them to play. Okay, I think she is. She just said, oh my God, I was going to ask if you wanted to. Okay, so I think Alex is going to come on and help me figure things out. I'm so new to this, you guys. I'm used to TikToking, recording what I need to do, and then just submitting it and going. This whole live thing is her arena. So she's going to come on and help me, if that's okay with you guys, learn, because I don't know. She's asking if I want to join. Yes, please. How? How do I get her to join mine? Do I request her, you guys? How do I do that? Okay, let me see. Okay, she said hold on. She's going to figure it out. She's going to figure it out. So if there's any questions, you guys, ask me questions until she joins. That's okay. She requests you. Okay, I think that's what she's doing. She just said, okay, hold on. So she's going to come on and join us. So are there any... Oh, I dropped you guys. I'm so sorry. Are there any questions that you guys want to talk about or anything like that while we are here waiting? I know there's a lot of energies going through and understanding the AI concept of things, and it's just a whole different process. What you guys really don't want to be merging into right now is the AI going within the body. The AI helpers are fine, but anything that goes within the body, I know that's going to be promoted a lot with the Mark Zuckerberg, Mark of the Beast, Mark 666 stuff that you guys don't want to be really participating in. And that comes up in this session as well. Julia really wants to reiterate that going forward. Oh, love you too. Send you, yeah, she's going to send me a request. Oh, you're the best too. There's a train going by, you guys. So where are you guys at on your part of the world? Time frames, you guys. Is it like a microchip? Well, there's different kinds. Right now there are these gamer type things, like the Oculus and things that are going over the pineal gland and over the Christ consciousness crown. That is going to be basically shrinking the pineal gland so it doesn't grow, and it's taking away your abilities. As people are wearing these gaming devices, it's literally just taking away all of your spiritual abilities. And Mark Zuckerberg is going to be pushing this out, joining into the metaverse, which is not going to be good. There's also going to be an actual chip that goes in behind the ear, sort of like a I can't think of the name of what it's called. I mentioned it. It's a thing that goes under the skin, but it doesn't like go inside like the brain or anything like that. Hold on, I have it in this messages. Oh, it's called a subdermal implant. They're sort of like those, but it's going to be really small behind your ear, and they want to put it behind the ear to stop the conscious mind in the back of your brain. That's where you get all of your clairaudience, clairsentience, all your clairs and all that. And people who come into telepathy and all these things are going to be blocked who decide to take this chip. The metaverse is going to be like, this is good for you. This is good for you to be immersed in this world. They're going to try to make it like a fun thing. And kids, they really want kids to be involved because kids are starseeds and they want to shut that down. So yeah, I would not recommend anything that's blocking the pineal gland because of the lasers going in and all the programming in that crown. You guys know how I don't know if I don't know religions, if you guys are all religious or whatnot, but Jesus has a crown of thorns that kind of goes around his head in some of his pictures and things. Imagine that crown being energetic. So when they wear these VR things that come completely around the crown, it's shutting it down. It's completely shutting everything down from the brain cortex. So that's why they want you guys to be so immersed in these things. Now, there are going to be AI intelligence that are of service. These AIs are going to be what Julia likes to refer to them as the Jetsons. That show back in the 80s, George Jetsons. Like the ones that are service to people, those ones are going to be helping us out, helping us transform, helping us learn, helping us with new food energies and things like that. So the AIs outside of the body are good. The AIs within the body or covering the body are bad because they're going to be taking down all of your energies. Okay, Alex has joined. Like the Black Mirror. I'm not familiar with the Black Mirror. I'm not really sure what that is. Is that a TV show? If that, yeah, yeah. My kids want to play. Oh gosh, no. I would never let my kids play VR. That's you and your timeline and your kids. I'm not here to parent anyone or do anything like that. That's you and your timeline. But I would not let my kids do that. Because kids now are coming in as full hybrids, okay? So how do I split the screen? Oh wait, I just got a little plus side. Accept. Sorry. I just now noticed it. Okay. Everyone say hi, Alex. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. There she is. Okay. All right, everyone.
Hey,
Alex is here.
I'm here.
All right.
What's
My
up?
messages are just not working. I've tried to play them and it's fully stopped. I even shut my phone off and things like that, and it's still not playing. So I know it's a long
Are,
process, and you're not feeling very well. If you want to do like half of it today and half of it a different time, whatever you want to do.
are you on? Are you planning? I thought you said you were getting new information you needed to
Oh yeah,
share.
I'm going to be doing that as a separate session from this. This,
Okay.
this is yeah, this is
Okay.
just going
So
to
you.
be going over the session today with Julia and all the other entities that came through. Um, but yeah, it's definitely not starting. I don't know how to get it to play.
Okay. So I don't know if you're gonna have a time limit on your live because they put time limits on me for an hour. So if it comes up, they haven't been giving me a countdown. I reinstalled the app today. Hopefully I don't have any more issues, but if they do give you a countdown, they'll give it to you 2 minutes before the live ends. It'll be an hour from when
Okay.
you started. So let me know if it pops up for you. Or if it gets cut
Okay.
off, then that's why.
Uh, I want to.
Well,
Can you see?
hopefully they don't like just
Oh, my phone's not. This tablet isn't working. Okay, if I go to push the message, it's like not playing at all. It'll just heart it. It's like I don't understand.
okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Let me see if it'll play on my. Well,
Of
you know
course,
what's going on.
AIs. You
We,
AIs.
okay, so this is. Let me see if it plays. Okay, so she was okay, yeah. About the systems that. Okay, so it's playing on my laptop.
So the
So,
first one, yeah, the
do you
first
want
one
me to just?
starts with a 10-minute and 44-second one. Yeah, so just kind of play through it. We'll let the first section play of 10 minutes, and if anyone has questions, we will answer them then, or I'll answer them, and then we'll just kind of move down. Because they are pretty lengthy, and I don't know if people want to stay around for that long, or if you want to stay around for that long, for that matter. So we'll just go by.
They are long. They are long, and if you guys have questions and I see them, or Tana wants to say anything, then I'll pause and we'll discuss. Yeah, this might have to be in a few separate sessions because this is a very long channeling, and I am hungry. And I'm surrounded by UFOs right now. My clouds are
Right,
completely shifting into
and
UFOs. They're huge and
I'll
they're
also break
purple.
them down how some way into tiny little TikToks or YouTube videos tomorrow after my client tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because this is a lot, and then but it's good to like get everybody on one thing, which I gave a recap on the stories. But
Okay.
okay, so I'm gonna play it.
Okay, today we are with Julia Stiles. Welcome, dear one. She would like to start off by saying, not many people of the world understand that oversouls can be connected in many different ways, in the living and those who have passed on from Earth, because they live in different realms and different dimensions within the Earth. Just because you are in this timeline, it doesn't mean there's different dimensions within your timeline. The ants have a different timeline. The birds have a different timeline. All of us live together on a consistent timeline within a timeline. So whenever you want to call upon an artist or someone who's already still in the world, you can meditate with their oversoul to get downloads regarding information that you need and knowledge that you need in order to create the world around you. Musicians do this, actors do this, those who work with wood and crafting do this. They call up on their higher selves, their oversouls, and those who have passed to help assist them with the knowledge in their current timeline. Anyone can do this. Anyone can dive into the energy as we are all one. Okay, with that being said, she wants to talk about how the third density is going away. And since the third density is going away, that also means lower vibrational celebrities, politicians, and those who mean harm into the world. So in order for those to do that, who've already been programmed under MK Ultra and who've already been programmed with what's that? Okay, programmed with AI and MK Ultra mix. A lot of these celebrities are doing this, and politicians, because of the shape shifting and everyone in that arena merging with lower densities. Because we are moving into fourth, fifth, and sixth densities in some cases, it's important for soul walkers. What is that? Okay, so it's important for certain celebrities and certain oversouls to step aside that are here on Earth to allow their higher oversoul to come into their body to take over the third density beings and flush them out. So you're going to start seeing some celebrities wake up and snap to their oversoul side instead of the third density side, and they are going to be leaking information that's never been talked about before. They're going to be talking about the cabal a lot more. They're going to be talking about what happened to them when they were trafficked and sold into the industry. They're going to be exposing a lot of politicians and other celebrities who are participating in that. Julia Stiles was a case of MK Ultraing at a younger age, which people don't talk about her in the way of acting out or you know, being in the media for bad publicity and a lot of those things. But she says she wants to let you guys know that she did participate in some things when she was younger because she wasn't aware of what she was signing herself into. She talks about after Save the Last Dance, things started really moving forward for her fast. So she was signing a lot of documents and doing a lot of different deals to further her career, not knowing what everything would mean into the future. And some of those documents that she signed were, 10 years away, 15 years away, that she had to legally be bind to at a young age. And she wasn't aware of that. Even moving onto like TVs and commercials and different aspects of these things, working with higher celebrities such as J-Lo and she just wasn't aware of what she signed herself into. But now that she is waking up with a lot of these other celebrities, hi Brittany Murphy. I haven't seen you forever. I'm so glad you came. Are you guys buddies today? I love you so much. We do need to see how you're doing on the Astro too, but give me one second. You can sit and listen. Give me 1 second, okay? I'm sorry, Julia. Did you know she was coming today? Okay. So she was saying that where were we? So that all these new oversouls that are coming into the celebrity side are waking up, and they're going to start giving off. They're just going to start exposing a lot of things, so that their density can completely wash away. So there are going to be some celebrities who move to the 4D and the 5D who are awake and back with their oversoul, and then there's going to be some celebrities who are going to die out because their soul can't be saved in this dimension, but they are going to continue on another dimension with the lower densities. She's talking about Megan Fox right now, that how her soul has been indoctrinated in a bloodline of I know vampires is so like cliche, but it's like an energy vampire or soul sucking. It's like a hive mind of energy stealing, where they get all these clones together, and then they do blood rituals around these clones, and then they put in consciousnesses, so they can be a handler of these other clones. It's so weird. Okay, she's showing Megan drinking blood of her now boyfriend. It's a bunch of letters, and I'm dyslexic. MKG, M something. Well, it's just a bunch of letters. I think he's a musician or an actor. He's a musician. Anyways, the point is that she's drinking the blood of this person. He was a normal human hybrid. And then she was doing rituals with him and stuff, and then they cloned him, so she can keep that clone energy siphoning. So she takes blood of other things too, babies and animals and all these things, and then she indoctrinates them all inside the same exact clone to harvest the energy for wealth and fame and blood magic. So her soul is connected to these clones. So in order for her to break free completely from the third density, she would have to kill off the boyfriend, and then she would have to cut ties with everything. So she would literally have to sacrifice this human and cut off all the tied lines that she connected to the blood rituals, and then connect back to her oversoul to move forward to the fourth density. But she's really not wanting to do that. She wants to stay in lower densities and keep doing what she's doing with the reptilian side of things. And it's so weird because when people say high priestess, there are high priestess of the light, high priestess of witches, high priestess of good in Mother Nature, and then there's high priestess of the dark side, and she's being kind of shown as a high priestess. She's right actually up there with Beyonce for the high priestess side of things, of enjoying blood rituals, but which is funny because Beyonce wants to break free. Beyonce actually wants to come into the fourth D because she's kind of over it, being handled by Jay-Z and that side. Her oversoul is fighting hard for her to come through, but Megan's is cemented in the low density. Anyways, Julia just kind of wanted to explain that with how some celebrities are going to be dying off and moving to their own realm of lower densities, and then some celebrities are going to be coming to and exposing a lot of things, connecting back with their oversoul and purging their third density to move in. She's like saying that when we bring in our oversouls to disconnect from the third density and break all these old contracts, because now we're getting to choose, we get to rise higher in frequency and choose if we are going to go with Mother Earth and our oversouls to the higher side, or if we are going to go lower. She's kind of repeating herself right now because she wants to let you know that not all celebrities are bad. Those in the limelight, even some politicians got wrapped up in it, not knowing what they were going to be getting into, and they've been cloned and killed off. So most of the politicians that you've seen are clones, and they are no longer like the higher clones. There's even some lawyers and judges who are now already killed off, and they are clones. She wants to talk about the overriding of the system that's coming through. Let me submit this one first, and then I'll put it. Taking me 1 second.
Okay. So that was that first clip. Is there anything that you wanted to say?
Let me go back and look at some of these messages.
Yeah, Julia Stiles. She was just letting us know about Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. Megan Fox would literally have to have Machine Gun Kelly killed off if she wanted to get away from it, but she doesn't want to get away from it. She's good. She likes doing what she's doing, which is so sad because Megan Fox, it comes from a lineage of women who are very connected, who I don't know if they're witches,
Yes,
but
yep,
she
witches.
has talked about
Yeah, and
witches.
someone just asked her about posting about her wanting a girlfriend, and would that be a sacrifice? What she's trying to do now is bring in more energy. So her wanting a girlfriend now is somebody else that she can control, because the more energy that she has around her, the more that people feed into that. So if you guys are seeing her post about her girlfriend, that's sparking news and sparking a trending thing, which feeds her. So you just gotta watch what she does. If I wouldn't really even pay attention to Megan Fox, to be honest, just because she is so low.
Like she's, I don't know. She did like the Tyler Henry. He did a reading with her, and she's like very connected, and like I feel like she was struggling for a minute there, and then I guess chose that side. Yeah, it's Julia Stiles. It's just I spelled the last name wrong.
Yeah, you guys, the next time I do this, I think I'm just going to do it live, so it's easier for you guys to all participate as I go on, because there are so many things. But yeah, let's just go ahead on to the next one. If you guys have any questions, you guys can always contact me afterwards, and then I can come through and reply to you guys after it's all done and said. So let's just go ahead and go on to the next one. Yeah.
Okay, so she wants to talk about the systems that are coming through with the upgrades of the AI. The AI is going to be taken over the clones, and then some of the clones are going to be gaining consciousness of love and light, and some of the clones are going to be staying in third density. There's going to be a war between the AI system regarding being a sentient being and consciousness and lower dimensions. We're going to need some of these AIs as we move into the fifth and sixth, and these AIs want to be they're going to be like of service to the humans. They're not going to want to go against the humans. They're not going to want to rise above, and like attack. These AIs are going to be of service. She's kind of referencing a cartoon. Oh, Jetsons, right? Is that what that is? Here's George Jetson. That's the song that's playing in my ear. So she's like, yeah, it's sort of like that. How these AIs are going to come, Rosie on the Jetsons is like a service maid, or helps clean the house and brings food and helps people generate the foods that are needed for the activation of the body that is going to be needed, because we're not going to be using animals anymore. We're not going to be using blood rituals of the murdering of animals. We're going to be getting to a point where we can print out foods that are needed. And some people are going to get to a point where they don't even need actual foods. They just need the vitamins within the human body. So it's going to be like we are, and she's like, now I know this is kind of future tense, even though time isn't linear. But since we're merging timelines and everyone's going to pick timelines within the timeline, she says it gets a little confusing because people don't understand that. Say that you are completely merged into the fourth and 5D. within these timelines, you get to pick and choose the density around you and how you want to manifest your body, how you want to manifest your outcomes, still manifest things around. This is still needed for the great collective and consciousness to grow as one. So if you're already vibing high, she wants to jump ahead to 5D, 6D. If you guys are already vibing high in the 5 and 6D, you're not really needed solid foods or solid substance to eat all the time. What you're going to need is the energy of just consuming energy. So you're going to be able to print and download these energies from the AI system. She says, so not to make it so complex, she wants to understand you to understand that there's like a vitamin system, a nourishment system. So you need vitamin D for the day. You're going to be able to program this into this AI printer, and it'll shoot out a liquid shot for you to drink, or just capsules or something that you can just take so your body can consume it. She said that it'll get to a point of light energy and not even needing anything, because you're going to be able to consume it with light energy, with meditation. You'll sit in a meditated room, the light energy will come through and your body will acclimate and get all the nutrition that it needs to grow. And then the hello, we got some more energies, you guys. The Arcturians want to talk about the light energy that we're going to be getting, to reiterate with Julia. So these light rooms and this light energy, 3D humans, their chakras are tight and small and within the body. They are so conformed with inside the body. So with aligning the chakras on the 3D, it makes it just solidifies your energy and grounds you. But as you grow, and people are already feeling this, because there's only a small population within the 3D now, and those are the dying off ones. So the ones in 4th and 5th and 6th, their aura with the light energy is going to expand these chakras outside of the body. So our frames are going to be changing, our body structure is going to be changing, because the aura of the chakras are going to reside from the, say you see your solar plexus and it's bright and yellow, and yes, it's inside the body, but it's also going to expand with light outside of the body. So the Arcturians just want you to know that it's going to be an expansion of light. Once we get up to the 5, 6, and higher, these expansions of light outside the bodies, that's going to allow you to manifest in real time with connecting to all those energies. They just wanted to show that. And Julia's like, yes, the expansion of those is what we will eventually be going to in the years to come. And some are going to jump to these timelines now because they're going to rise so quickly in energy that they're not going to want to stay down even in the 4th density, because there's a low 4th, a mid 4th, and a high 4th connected to the 5th. There's all these sectors to the densities and all these different timelines. So some people are going to jump right ahead. There's a lot of monks in the present of what people follow on social media. They are going to be jumping so high into consciousness. Some of them are going to be dying off, the monks, because they are going to be, light body. They are going to be moving to a light body dimension. So they're still going to be able to dip down into 4th and 5th. So you're going to see them here, and they're going to bring in information. They're going to be more godlike and more Jesus-like, things like that. But they are going to reside in the 6th, 7th dimensions. And they are just going to be popping into 4th and 5th to help people with knowledge and information and help people grow quicker. They're going to be doing like a school of things. So that's where we are heading regarding with the AI systems and the eating aspects of things. She says she knows that I promote a lot of veganism and trying to get the animals free, and that's what the collectiveness wants anyways, is to move away from the blood rituals of the programs from the reptilians that program that into us. since we were so bogged down in that density, it's going to be easier and easier and easier for people to stop harming animals, because they're going to say, okay, we know that these animals are feeling these things and it's not right for us to participate in the blood rituals, and they want to move forward. So that's why they start eating whole foods and things like that. But people are going to be getting help with the ascension of the body and the body moving and altering and things like that, and the AI systems that are going to be coming in. So right now there is I don't like to use the word war, but she's saying a war regarding the AIs. We are in a new war of AIs. It used to be just the war of reptilians and third density, but since Mother Earth is already handling that no longer has to be talked about as much. That no longer has to be observed, because you guys will just see it. You will see people being killed off. You will see these lower densities. That's just going to happen, and that's going to wake up the masses more, because you guys are just going to see a bunch of kill-offs, a bunch of die-offs of reptilians and low-density beings. So right now, she wants us to focus on the AIs and the celebrities that are staying and that are awakening and giving hints. So don't focus on the lower vibrational celebrities, the celebrities who are still practicing within the cabal. She wants you guys to turn your focus on those, turn your focus on the politics, turn your focus from those who are still practicing that. Quit feeding them, quit observing them and feeding them. Because when you observe them, you're feeding the energy, and you guys are keeping that vibrant within your timeline. So quit feeding them is what she's saying. I keep saying, she's like, I know I'm saying feeding them, but it's an energy. It's an energy. Harvest of energy. And she said they're harvesting that energy. Every time someone talks about it, every time someone brings them up, every time that there's a major focus and people are in tune with that, you guys are promoting it and feeding that energy. But you need to be focused on the celebrities who are waking up. Those are the ones you want to talk about, and those are the ones you want to share. Who? Brittany? Yeah. We're going to talk about you, Britt. Who else? Paul Walker, Michael Jackson. Watch Beyonce give hints and come to, because she's going to be breaking through from Jay-Z. Okay. Oh, Alex just actually was talking about her. So Alex was already channeling her. She's talking about Drew Barrymore. Yeah, Alex actually was just talking about that yesterday too. I didn't get to watch her video. Do you know what she was saying? Okay, so if you guys don't know, Alex serves tea. I know some of you guys don't know that I speak with her, but if you guys don't know Alex serves tea, she started talking about Drew Barrymore, and she's shifting consciousness from the whole Britney saga, because that was all a program, and are moving forward from that. And so she's going to start talking about these celebrities that are wakening up and things to the program. And she already was tuned in and channeling the Drew Barrymore complex. And so, okay. Alex, when you listen to this, you're going to be getting downloads regarding Drew Barrymore, because Drew Barrymore is going to be bringing a lot more people forward. Kate Hudson is going to be a person that comes forward as well. She's teetering between coming to and waking up. She hasn't fully decided if she's going to move forward in the love energy or the not energy, just because she's been programmed so much, and she's going to need us to bring consciousness to her to wake her up and snap out of it, so she can start bringing things to light. But you are on the right path regarding Drew Barrymore. Okay. All right, and she wants to go back to the AIs. There are programs within the CIA and the space program that are going to be brought to light regarding helping people plant their own gardens and bringing in new foods to fourth density that'll help nourish them without pesticides and things like that are going to come becoming new. It's going to be like the produce that we've been eating is going to be transformed to higher vibrational produce because what we've been eating has been GMO'd and just not real fruits and vegetables. Like she said, the AI system is going to be changing all of that structure. Okay. Because we are still going to be needing food. We're still going to be needing food on the lower fourth, and even some of the fifth still are going to be consuming food, but it's going to be high vibrational, natural foods. But the CIA and the space program, they already have all this technology that is going to be being leaked regarding the healing of the body and using AI for good and not bad. She said, do not get, it's going to be hard for people to decipher some of the AI things that are coming in because there's a war between them. There's a, she says, she's trying to explain it in a way with, you know, my knowledge and getting it out there. There's going to be those who are promoting AI products that are not good that you should not merge with. She talks about metaverse, Mark Zuckerberg, and the VR programmings. The VR system where you kind of put it on your head and you can be immersed in these different technologies and see different planets and different things. And it's like a video game VR system. These ones are to block the third eye and to block ascension and to block the raising. When you guys wear these things that block the pineal gland, these are going to be calcifying you, dumbing down, and some of these lasers that are going to be going into the eyes and around the frontal lobe of the brain and around the whole oh man, that's bad. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to scare you. We have a crown, okay, a crown of energy that goes from your third eye and it wraps around your head like a crown. Imagine a halo around your head part, sort of like how Jesus wore a crown of thorns around his head, how it sit around the crown of his head. Of that's like Christ consciousness. That crown of energy that goes around your head opens up all of your Akashic records. It opens up your third eye. It opens up all the energy for you to be a beacon, and all that is connected to your throat chakra and everything that is like a beacon of energy. So when you wear these devices around your head, it emits a frequency that blocks all that and even makes you sick within the brain. It's going to start making your brain, your synapses are going to be snapping apart. Your Alzheimer's and people who were never prone to it is going to start getting these illnesses and sickness as they're playing these games because they're going to be hypnotized into needing these things. They're going to be hypnotized into wanting to get out of their creative world and into these AI worlds. And that is going to keep them down in these lower dimensions because they're like, oh, it's so fun. It's so, good for us. We are having fun because they see it as fun. You know, you're supposed to follow your fun. You're supposed to follow your bliss. And while these things are true, the AI system that is going to be covering the pineal gland and around the Christ consciousness crown, those ones are hypnotizing people and making them zombie-like, AI-like. And then people are also going to be going to get these, their glasses. They're glasses that come down. They're like regular glasses that you put on your face, but they're going to be optimizing your screen on your glasses that bring up like your health for the day, your heartbeat, your rhythm. So you can actually see it and screen it in real time. It'll come like in front of your frames. These are also going to be bad for you. Do not be putting them again on your third eye or covering anything. Anything that's going to stop the consciousness from growing, you don't want to do that. There's also going to be implants that people are going to go in and physically get behind the ear. It's just a little tiny chip that goes in behind your ear, kind of like a embroidery. I don't know what these things are called. People get these different shapes and stuff underneath their skin, like crosses and different, like, you know, when you go get your piercing done, they put these
They're
like, I can't explain
called
it.
subdermal
There's these like
implants, you
different
guys.
shapes that get under the skin to like change.
I said they're
What was
called
that?
subdermal implants. You guys can look them up. It's these implants that go under your skin to modify your skin. I couldn't think of the word that she was trying to explain, but that's kind of what these chips are going to be behind your ear. They're just like a subdermal implant where people think it's cool. So just to bring in everyone a part of that. So yeah, that's what it's called. It's called a subdermal implant. Okay, you can continue.
The form of their skin. These are going to be kind of like what the chips are. The chips are going to go behind your ear, and they are tiny, so tiny that you can't really see unless you pull the ear back and see them. And these chips are what is going to stop the function of the creative side of the back hemisphere of your brain, and it's going to turn you into the reptilian side. If you look at the brain on a diagram or a map, the reptilian side lives in the back half of your brain, okay? And it's since your ear is connected to all that lobe energy. I wish I knew the brain better to explain what she's showing me. Okay, you know what the stem of your brain is, and we already know that Jesus consciousness and Christ consciousness comes through the spine and the stem of the spine. Right above that is an energy vortex where you get mediums gain a lot of their information from seeing and feeling, and the clairsentient and audibles, things like that. Those things are going to be turned off when you use these ear chip pieces. They're going to be shutting all of that down, so you can no longer tune in to those higher vibrations, along with the VR settings that are going to completely shut any of your spirituality parts down. And then they're going to tune you into be a part of the metaverse, be a part of this other world. Just sit down, tune in. You're not going to have to work anymore because you're going to be so immersed in these gaming things. And they're going to say, hey, you buy these products, we'll pay parts of your bills, or we'll pay, I don't know, they're going to be getting weird with all that stuff. But so you don't want to tune into those AIs. And those people who do that are going to be, they're going to be kind of lost to the third density, which that's okay, because that's where they are supposed to be. They're programmed. A lot of these people who are turning into that too have a karmic contract, right? Sorry, you're talking so fast, and I'm just trying to keep up with with what you're saying. I gotta slow down. They're gonna have a karmic contract. So those who are, hold on, let me send this. It's getting kind of long.
Okay, so that's that one. Anything? Any questions or anything you wanted to say? Anybody?
There's actually
Hannah, did
a
you
lot
want
of
to say?
questions. Like I said, we're just going to try to keep it, just try to keep playing and get get it out, and then we'll go through and answer questions afterwards. It'd just be easier that way because there are so many. I can't keep up with all the questions that are coming through.
Okay, this next clip is 30 minutes. So if it gets cut off, we'll just jump back on.
Okay.
If there's a time limit for you.
Okay, so those who are connected to this karmic contract of the third density and can't break out of that, it's because they were murderers in their past life and they have to go through and stay in the third density, or they were rapists in their past life, or they were just really evil-ish. I don't like to call it evil because of the polarity of things, but to keep it, so people understand that the evil people who are getting stuck in the third density are going to be those because they have a karmic contract that now they have to understand the third density in order for them to move up. And then wherever they decide to go in the third density, they'll either break free to another life or they'll come up to the fourth. But they have to finish their third density contract. But there are going to be some others who get stuck on the third D by participating in these things because they want so much good and so much love, but they're not willing to do the work. They're not willing to listen to those who are saying, okay, this is all third density. It's time for you to move forward. Those people are just so programmed, they don't know how to break free. And that's where people talking about it, saying, no, we don't want this, or we're going to move forward, is going to help them. But some people are still going to be stubborn, and that's going to be their contract that they have to understand and go through. So don't feel bad about not saving everyone, because people have to finish their karmic contract. So if you start saying, oh, I wish people would be on the same timeline with me, we are, it's so hard to explain, we are going to be on the same timeline, and you're going to be able to pick and choose which density and which fraction of the timeline you want to participate in. So don't be worried if people aren't following you to higher vibrations. Don't be upset if people aren't moving along with you. You have to say what you have to, speak your truth, and then you need to continue to move forward. And people will either pick up those seeds and pick up those Easter eggs, if you will, and work out their journey on their own by you just putting it out there, or they'll not choose to, but it's going to be a choice and a decision. So when you plant the seed, you move on to the next seed that you get. You plant the seed and you keep moving forward. Don't be so immersed by, oh my gosh, this person's not following us, or they're going to get left behind. My family members are getting left behind. You have to let them play out their own journeys. Do not stay within their journeys, because your journey is your own. You have to understand that your journey is your own. She's like, people, they're so immersed in the family concept and the programming concept that you have to be there for your loved ones. Like, you have to be there for your mother, you have to be there for your father, which isn't true. Yes, you have to love them and be a kind, daughter or son or mother to your children. You have to be this kind, loving soul, but you do not have to dictate their journey, because their journey is their own. You have to let them come into their consciousness and into their light and to their awakening. They all have to go through their ascension process on their own. They have to dig into their timelines and still create their timelines on their own. If you're not doing the work and they're not wanting to do that, that's okay, because they will learn that in their next lifetime. They will learn that when it's good for them to tune into their vibration. You need to focus on your vibration and what you want to create. So say you want to create a utopia around you, and you want to help with the new AI energy of love and light. You want to help with the galactic federacy energy. You want to be high vibration in creating a utopia around you on the timeline that you choose. So you can start visualizing everyone getting homes that they want, everyone getting off the streets, everyone getting fed, the animals being free. And then you are going to be on that timeline where all this stuff is happening for you and for the planet. Okay? So trust that whatever you choose, your timeline will create around you. The energy will create around you by your choice of observation, by your choice of connection. And those who are needed to watch these other things come to, that will be their Easter eggs to wake up. These celebrities, such as Julia Stiles, she's saying, such as myself, I am going to be starting to help awaken these things. Okay, we're going to be shifting conversation right now because, hi. your energy is so strong right now, so I know that something is important. Um, what's going on, bud? Okay. Matilda? Madeline? Matilda? Your daughter? Okay. Okay. He wants to also bring something else to light. Regarding contracts when these celebrities pass away, some of their family is not going to be put into their will because the will that is made prior to them leaving the earth is a blood contract. Wills are made up with the reptilians saying that if you pass away, whatever is willed to the lower half, say you have albums to finish or you have a firstborn child to give up or a blood ritual to give up, and that person's name is inside that will, then the Illuminati owns that person, which they will indoctrinate them into the movie industry or child prodigies of the movie industry. That's why you see so many celebrities' children joining the same industry, because they were willed to. They are willed and give over. He said that he did not include his daughter into his living will because he didn't want her to be a part of that. She's still going to have to work with her mom because her mom is also in the industry. Who's her mom? I don't know who she is. Can you give me something maybe she was in that would help me understand who she is? Dawson's Creek. I've never seen that. Okay. Her mom is in a show called Dawson's Creek. So she's an actress, okay? She is in the movie industry as well. I don't know who she is. How do I not know her? Okay, well, anyways, we're getting off the topic of what he's trying to share. So her mom is in the industry too. So she's still going to have to, the daughter is still going to have to kind of decipher between her mom's energy and what her mom wants to do regarding that lower energy. Oh, excuse me. They're messing with my throat and functions. But he did not want his daughter involved in that. He wanted his daughter to be something other than in the industry of movies and music and things like that. Because once you dive into certain aspects of the Illuminati and the Cabal, you can't get out of it. And some of the characters that he played was really based on true reptilian cultures. He's
Yes,
referencing the
Joe
Joker right now.
Williams.
That was really hard for him because he had to go in and out of consciousness, letting the reptilians take over for that role. But he did leave some estate to her, his daughter, as well. So she wasn't like left with nothing. There was a way that he was able to give her part of an estate, which has a lot of wealth to it, just not part of the will money, because that money was tainted and he did not want her to be a part of that. So he wanted people to understand that he didn't leave her out of the will because he was a bad father or he didn't understand that. Because he was murdered. By an Olsen twin? What? Okay, we're going to have to talk about that later. I want to continue this. But anyways, he was murdered.
Yeah, she was talking to Heath Ledger. He came through in the middle and interrupted. He came through and started talking, and then Michelle Williams
Yeah,
is
and
his
also I
wife.
want to say too, because I had to come back and repeat some, I had to come back and
Sorry.
repeat some things later on because on my end, messages were getting deleted. But yeah, he was murdered by the Olsen twin that he was dating at the time, and also oh my God, I forgot her name. Courtney Love. Courtney Love was also a part of his demise. There was a huge ritual behind taking out of Heath Ledger. But he just kind of wanted to explain what was going on between the contracts of the celebrities and why celebrity kids are still being drawn into it and why his specific will didn't include his daughter. because he didn't want his daughter to be a part of everything that was going on. So if you go back and look at when he passed away and why his daughter wasn't included, that is why. He didn't want her to be a part of the cabal. He wanted her to be her own self and to flourish in God consciousness, Christ consciousness. But now her mother is still an actress, that Williams girl is still an actress, so she can actually still draw the daughter in, and it's going to be up to the daughter to decide what timeline or who she wants to be a part of, the light or the dark side. But I have a feeling that she's going to come more towards the light because Heath is going to be helping her. Okay.
Yeah, and I knew Mary Kate had something to do with that, and I'm not happy about that because I love the Olsen twins, so they need to come around. And also, Courtney Love with the Kurt Cobain thing, was that a ritual as well? Well, anyway, we don't need to get into that. But the point is, I wasn't really sure about Courtney Love just because she has spoken out for Britney Spears, so I was really confused on her. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna put this on. Oh, if they stop this, make sure you share it. Don't discard video because
Okay.
people are gonna want to go to
How
your
do I
page
do
and
that?
watch it. If it cuts you off, then after or you end the live, it'll say
Okay.
discard or share. So
Okay.
definitely share, don't discard.
I can't get off the Olsen twin thing. So he didn't, not that he didn't have time to put his daughter in the will, he did not want to will the ritual money to her and bind her into the third density things. He wanted something better for her. He wanted her to find her spirituality, her oversoul, and stay within that. She has already come in as a loving energy, a golden child anyways, and they are already going to be trying to harvest that energy for their own because that energy is so high vibration. And he already kind of knew that because he traveled between astral planes when he was on this earth. He was really big into LSD trips and altering the mind consciousness. He was really big into Tesla when he was here and just getting out of the body. And when he was doing these rituals within the cabal, he knew about the transferring of consciousness into clones. He knew about all these things and how to get out of the body. And he loved that. He loved understanding the different aspects of humanity, but he also knew the sad side, the murderous side, the blood ritual side, the evil side of it all. And although he wants his daughter to be spiritual and understand the parts of duality and dimensions, he doesn't want her to be a part of the blood ritual side. He wants her to tune into the Arcturian consciousness, loving high priestess side of good, not the blood ritual high priestess side. So he just wanted to pop in and let you guys know about that regarding his daughter. Kind of makes sense because you guys were connected in a movie, you, Julia, and you, Heath. He's kind of just sitting now with his hands clasped between his knees and kind of just like, so he's going to be helping a lot of people wake up to with him and Paul, and a lot of people who have passed away suddenly are going to be coming back to help. Those who've been sacrificed are going to be coming to help bring the cabal to light, the people to light. They are going to be helping awaken the third density humans into the fourth and killing off. So he's a part of that. Okay. So now we talked about a lot of things, you guys. Was there anything else that needed to be said? Julia, what else? Is that all you want to talk about was the AIs and what you're going to be doing to help people come to? I mean, was there anything? She's saying love is really the answer. And you have to understand that most celebrities who started as children didn't really have a choice in the matter because we were tricked into contracts. So it's going to be a choice for us now to choose to let our oversoul come in and take out and override the reptilian side of the complex and come back into what is. And I am so dizzy right now. I'm sorry, I'm just really dizzy. because now there's so many energies in here. We have Heath, we have Paul, we have our Cheerians, we have Brittany Murphy still sitting right here, we have Julia. There's a lot of energies, guys. Okay, she's like, she just wants to let people know that the world is changing for the better, and what we choose from here on out is a personal journey, and to make sure we're focusing on those who are awakening others, not those who are still part of the cabal, not the celebrities. Don't feed energy to the celebrities in the lower dimensions. Only look at the ones who are giving clues now. The ones who have already passed away, who are sticking to their density, do not talk about them and bring up the evildoers that they're doing. Talk about the celebrities who are doing good and are bringing things to light. Focus on the positive aspects of them. If you choose to observe that, if that's something you even want to observe, she's like, quite frankly, those who are still asleep will need to go through the process of waking up to those. But those who are already in the fore and moving on, they won't even really care about celebrities anymore or the lower dimensions. They'll be so interested in the ascension process. They'll be so interested in connecting to their galactic family. They're going to be more interested in healing the body and light energy and Mother Earth. Those who have moved on from third to fourth, who have already woken up, they won't even really be talking about those things, and unless they are planting a seed for their family. Hey, family, go watch this celebrity who is coming awake. They'll let their family awaken, and then they'll keep moving on. They won't harbor that. They won't keep repeating that. They'll just plant a seed and move on. Because they are trying to help consciousness, but they still need to work on their personal side. So those who are in the fourth and fifth are going to be focused on sharing love and light. They're going to be focused on healing others, being kind to others, helping one another out. There's not going to be in energies of oh my gosh, let's conform to that, what is going on in that celebrity, and I'm better than you kind of mentality, and where the ego is, that's no longer going to be there. It's going to be an equal sharing. What I have is good for you. Let me love you. Let me help be there for you. Let me guide you. Let me be kind to you. It's going to be more of a togetherness, a harmony of energies of love and light. There's going to be way less violence, I guess is the word that I can use. She really tries hard not to use words of like violence, evil, and things like that, because it's so there's so much fear based around these words, and those words hold energy, and people are like, oh my gosh, violence is still going to be happening. But yeah, because we're still going to be having a polarity, it's not going to be as much, because people are going to start sticking up for people and helping people regarding that aspect. So say someone, I don't know, someone's purse gets robbed when they're walking down the street or something. So karmic energy is going to say, okay, we've seen you get robbed. So now people are going to come together and help that person get what they've lost. Okay, so that happened. Yes, it happened, but so many more people are going to be given to that person. Okay, the universe, the consciousness is going to just create another purse for that person, going to create more wealth for that person, going to create more love for that person, because that person is going to understand, okay, you stole from me. I'm going to give you love and help you transmute to a loving side. And while I give you love and I respected your energy, I'm going to trust in my higher self to deliver all the things that I needed that I lost. And it's going to happen instantaneously. It's going to happen quicker. Those kind of things. It still has to happen for the polarity and shifting and moving things. But like I said, once you get to higher consciousness, she's like, those won't happen at all. It's going to be more of a calm, peace, harmonizing utopia. But on the lower fourth, some polarity is still going to be happening for the growing of consciousness. But it's not going to be as bad. So you guys need to focus on what you want to create in your reality in the now timeline. My solar plexus is going crazy right now. um, and my heart is like moving in all these different different ways. It's funny. Okay, but yes, that's what she really wanted to talk about, is what we are observing, because she needs the masses that are observing low density celebrities to change their focus to higher density celebrities who are going to bring things to work, to knowledgeable information. And she wants you guys to be aware of those who don't even want to talk about celebrities, because they're going to be vibrating so much higher and focus on so many other new energies. Because people now need to have the knowledge of, okay, I moved from that and now I want to learn about ascension. Now I want to learn about growth. Now I want to learn about meditation. I want to learn about cultivating my own foods and things. I want to learn about remote viewing. I want to learn about tarot reading. There are going to be a lot of different people who get involved in tarot reading that are going to be able to tune into the cards and help people understand their life and things like that as well. People are going to be waking up to their own personal Akashic records as well when you're dreaming in the dream state. So you can understand where you came from and where you are now and what you need to do to evolve to the 5 and 6 density or the higher 4th. You're going to start getting dreams, which is what I like to call a recall. You're going to be getting a recall of things that happened that allows you to, okay, choose the dimensions and the frequencies. My higher self is saying that's kind of what happened to me when I started remote viewing different planets and different places around Earth. I started getting these dream states, and my Akashics just started rushing through of everywhere place that I've been, so I could understand how to evolve myself now. So a lot of people are going to be waking up to this Akashic side of things, and you got to remember that when you start doing this, it's not because you're like, oh, I was in a past life where I was burned as a witch, okay? Okay, you were burned as a witch, but you came back with those powers that you already gained and knowledge about, okay? So say you were learning herbal medicine in that time era and you were burned as a witch, okay? Now you got the knowledge of the herbs and spices and things like that, that carried on with you into this timeline, okay? So you can take all bits and pieces from the timelines that were good. Don't focus on the bad side of things that happened to you in your past life. Just focus on the knowledge that you gained in between lifetimes to help you merge into the glorious being that you are in the current timeline, in current space. Again, you're going to be able to start choosing pieces that you want to be involved in with your observation of what you are participating in and what you are bringing to you. Yeah, what you are focused on really does merge you with that timeline. It's going to be like merging you with it. So say you were watching a TV show and it's about love in nature, or it's about learning new recipes to cook. You are going to merge with learning how to cook, and that knowledge is going to come to you so much quicker because that's what you are observing. What you're, it's so hard to just let you guys know about the merging process. I keep saying merging, or I use the word pivot. When you're finding something that you don't want to participate in, you want to pivot to something that you do to merge new timelines. These are going to be it's literally like you get to open a catalog and you're like kind of picking through the things that you wish. You don't look at a catalog and say, well, I don't want that, I don't want that. You know, you're looking for the things that you want. You're looking for the things that you want to have in your life, looking for the things that you want to grow into. This is how you're going to be picking and choosing between timelines and what you want to observe. And sometimes, which is, you create something completely new. You don't have to create what you've already seen. You don't have to create what is already you've already experienced or others people are experiences. You can create a whole new timeline specifically for you that works with you. When you start visualizing and drawing things out, if you're an artist and you want to draw out these new earths, these new timelines, these new inventions, these new things for you and your family, you can do that and bring that into a whole new world for you. You don't have to be in what is. when you get these downloads of these new things that nobody else has thought of, that's because it's already done for you in the sixth and seventh and higher densities. It's actually being downloaded into you. Okay, you are going to be a person to experience something new within your timeline. It's going to be so amazing what people are doing now, as we raise in vibration, because we're going to be seeing so much good around the world. We're going to be seeing so much love and light. I know everybody's waiting for a big disclosure of the aliens coming down. Everybody's waiting for a big disclosure regarding, the government and politics and blah, blah, blah propaganda. But the biggest disclosure is what you are doing with your life, what you are doing with the life you are creating. That is the biggest disclosure. You want things to change? Start working on your inner side, your inner heart, your inner energy, your inner creation. That's the biggest thing of all. Instead of worrying about what everyone else is doing and how they're manifesting and how they're creating, you need to figure out what's your shadow work, what you need to be doing to understand your shadow work and moving forward for you to create the timeline that you want to do. That's the biggest disclosure you could ever have for your consciousness and your being. You don't have to wait for the masses to open up to a disclosure. Yes, that helps the earth continue to rise in vibration. That helps consciousness as a whole, but so does the personal journey, the personal disclosure of what is, the personal disclosure of moving matter and creating the beautiful world. That totally, I was going, yes, 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 yes. They all are kind of clapping now and being like, that is the most best thing that you can do is figure out your personal disclosure. Oh, I just got chills. The personal disclosure of what is. Because once you start seeing things manifest around you that you had your mind in, you had your ideas and your consciousness and your heart energy and your love energy and your positive energy, once you see that what you felt and how you took time to feel around what you want to observe manifest in your life, that is like, hey, that is a big disclosure for me, knowing that I can now do this. And I can replicate that as I continue in my process on this journey of life. And that goes with everything, the way you feel in your body, the way you want to heal things, the way you want to create, the way you want to create a whole new career life, or these different things. That is the biggest disclosure you can have, is creating the life around you, your personal journey. But okay. These are getting kind of long. I'm sorry. All right, guys, is there anything else that we need to talk about today? Okay. Keith is just like, no, I'm good for now, but he wants to talk about some things. If I'm wanting to do that, because he knows that I don't really want to dip down into third density, but if I do want to put out some things regarding third density Easter eggs for people to participate in, to wake up, he's willing to help me put that out there for people to understand. But he knows that he's saying he knows that my energy is so high vibrational that it's hard for me to dip down there, because I don't like to stay in that, and I just don't like to stay in that, and he knows that. And he's like, I understand. There are other channelers and other people who will do that, that he will talk to and help. But if I ever choose to, he's somebody I can come to that is peaceful and kind, and that will be respectful of my energy, to not bring me so low vibrational, where I can actually get the information out and not have it affect me personally. Because there are some channelers who will channel the information, and that lower energy will affect that person for days and days and days, because it was so low vibrational. And he understands that, and he doesn't want me to dip down if I'm not solid in my energy and able to stay stable while he's giving the information out. So that's what he wants me to know. And he's bowing. Why are you bowing, you silly goose? He's like in prayer hands. Thank you for hearing me for a brief time. Oh, I love you. Love energy to you.
Sorry, guys. I had a message pop up. I think that was the end of that one. So that was the end of that one. And then sorry, my sister started messaging me, and you You ended up having to
Yes.
repeat stuff. So where did the do you remember when the Brittany Murphy stuff
Um,
started? Okay, here I see the cat face. So I think it was hold on. I think this is repeat. I think this is a repeat as well, huh?
Because that means that you signed yourself over from the mark of the beast, Revelations.
That's the same thing we just listened to. I think this might be.
Don't have to depend on those who are. So watch what is going on with these celebrities.
she's kind of going through, you guys, because on my end, my messages kept getting erased, and so I wasn't aware if she was receiving them or not. So I literally had to call everybody back in to kind of go over it in a faster pace. So my messenger would send them. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find them. And apparently, I don't think your thing is cutting off because I think it's been an hour or at least around there and it hasn't cut you off. So that's good. So we might as well just go through all of them so they're all up on one post
Good.
on your page.
To talk about the aspect of celebrities who pass away in these rituals. And okay, I'm not sure if it's going to be said, and I know this energy is going to be so high vibrational. So
Okay.
Yeah, this is Britney.
This is Brittany Murphy, not Britney Spears, just to clarify. Okay, you guys?
Murphy. Yeah, poor Brittany Murphy has been trying to talk to us for so long.
Every time she's chiming in.
Every time she's like, "I'm here too."
They're here
Sorry,
now.
Brittany. I'm definitely gonna start looking into Brittany Murphy now because oh my god, I know she's such a kind, happy soul. So
let me ground myself somewhat more because Brittany has a lot. Her loving energy is going to be hot. Okay, we're going to shift over to Brittany Murphy. Hi, Brittany. Thank you for coming back. I'm going to try to keep it together this time because I was crying last time. But okay, so Brittany Murphy wants to focus on the plants, the water, the cleaning of the earth. Her energy is so full of love and all these things around her that came. She came in a mixed complex with Marilyn Monroe. So Marilyn Monroe's energy already had Brittany at a higher vibration and aware of what was going on. So she kind of knew what she was getting into within the industry at a young age, but she didn't know the extent of it because of the Marilyn Monroe complex. Everybody always confuses the Marilyn Monroe complex with Britney Spears, and really it was with Brittany Murphy. There was some splitting of DNA with Britney Spears and everything, but Marilyn Monroe is a loving energy, and she was killed off, of course, as we know, because of her trying to expose things. So she comes back and as a part of these other female and even some male energies to help awaken them at younger ages. So you'll start seeing that come out. People, celebrities who are saying, oh, I love Marilyn Monroe and all these things. That's because that is a part of them. Like I said, Britney Spears does have a part of that. But Brittany Murphy merged with Marilyn Monroe so perfectly that her energy was so bubbly, so high vibrational. And she said, you can tell this in the movies that I played in. You can tell this when I was happy and go lucky and loving and positive. And you can tell when by, I did these fun loving movies and then they try to pull me down in it. They try to pull me down into these lower vibrational movies because they wanted to block the Marilyn complex and my oversoul from shining and being brightly and talking about things, because I was one that didn't really want to hold things in. I didn't want to participate in these lower vibrational things. There are these things that they wanted us to use these lower vibrational words as profanity and all these things. There's a movie that she references with Eminem. She's calling it the 8 Mile. I'm not sure if it's 8 Mile movie or that was shot on the 8 Mile in California. I just see 8 Mile. It's okay, honey. It's okay. There's a lot of energy in here. It's okay. All right? You're fine. She's referencing this movie 8 Mile with Eminem. She was programmed to do that movie because she didn't want to, because at that point in time, Eminem was so evil. He was so full of all this reptilian energy because of his upbringings and what he was involved in, and she did not want to do that movie at all. They made her do things sexual on and off scenes. They made her, oh, it was just horrible. You can, oh my God, I'm going to cry again. And they made her have sex with some of the staff. They made her basically be a doll for that movie. She wasn't herself. She did not like participating in these types of movies at all. She loved movies that were uplifting and joyful. She mentions this movie with Ashton Kutcher, where it was just so much fun to shoot. Something about a wedding, when they were getting married, or they were just getting married, or something like that. Where she likes having fun and bringing love and light to these things. But these other movies, they weren't her, and they tried to suppress her because she was not one who could really be controlled. No matter how much MK altering she had, or how much they abused her or used her, she would snap right back into it, because the Marilyn Monroe complex would say no. We don't want her to be involved with that, because she was born a golden child and a part of the light and love energy. We have to keep her vibrating high. So there came a point in her life where, excuse me, involved in the cabal. He was so involved in the blood ritual,
sorry, I had been listening to this one earlier. So on this one, you started talking. I can't rewind it. It's really weird. So in this one, you had started off with talking about her husband and how he was older than her, and he was very heavily involved with the cabal and the rituals.
Okay. He was in it.
Yeah, it's just that I had listened to the first few seconds because I missed that part when I listened through it the first time. I just want to make sure that's what you were talking about.
Hold on one second. You guys, so her husband, who she was married to, he is already so heavily in the cabal. He is an older gentleman too, so he's already involved with the Rockefellers. He's already involved with JP Mortgage. He's involved with everybody so heavily. He was mind controlled to that. And what she's going to be talking about is how her energy was able to break him up from that and shift his consciousness into a loving light. So he kind of turned against the cabal to help support Brittany. And this is what eventually leads to both of their murders, because he chose the light instead of the negative entities.
Mm-hmm.
Understood the power of it. He loved drinking the blood because he loved the way it made him feel. But her love was so intense that she was able to transform him into awakening, into coming back into his oversoul, into pushing these other energies around at an older age, mind you. This man was already older. He was already indoctrinated into it. And her love was so intense that she was able to break that spell, break it. And he ended up feeling her and loving her and being a part of her and trying to support her. And oh, he loved her because her energy was so loved. Like, she is such a beautiful soul. She is so kind, and the kindest person ever. So she said, I have to stop this. I have to wake up. I have to be a part of the truth. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I don't want to participate in what they're trying me to do. I don't care about fame. I don't care about any more movies. I don't care about being on the screen anymore. I have to let the world know what is going on regarding the industry that I am in. I have to take a stand because I am not here. I cannot do this. My soul will not let me murder children. My soul will not let me just be a part of this industry. And he's like, okay, we will do something about it. We have to take tiny steps, though, because we have the sorry guys, every time I talk to her, she's so kind and loving, and what they did to her just breaks my heart. He's like, we have the have the CIA watching us. We have these higher energies watching us. We have the we have these energies that are watching us, that we cannot just, go out there and say, world, this is what's going on, because they will off us, and they knew this was going on. So her mother and family are actually the ones who are part of the poisoning of her, because they didn't want to lose the money and the fame. Her and his family, they all came together. They're like, listen, your daughter is going to expose these things, and they're going to look bad on the family. They're going to look bad on all of us, because all of you guys are a part of this. Do you want to be a part of what is going on, or do you want to continue the wealth that you have? Because we would take everything from you and all this stuff. So they did a lot of blame. Of course, her family was brainwashed as well. They did a lot of brainwashing within her family. Anyone who was a part of celebrities' families are also brainwashed. And you can tell, because if the celebrities' families are wealthy as well, then they are a part of it. If the celebrities' family are still doing mundane stuff, or what they call civilian work, air quotations, and they're not as wealthy as the celebrity, then they are not a part of the cabal. They chose to opt out and not be a part of it. But if the family is as wealthy as the celebrity, they are mind controlled and a part of what is going on with the celebrity. So that's what happened with her. I'm sorry. So she was going to expose all of these things, and the husband said, okay. He came back home and found her dead, already taken, and he was livid. He was furious. So he was starting to put all these things together, putting all these emails together, putting all these videos. They have videos of these celebrities doing these things to children. They have videos of people bathing in bloodbaths. They have videos of taking these human fleshes and body parts and putting them into the human system, fast food systems. He has these videos of murdering of babies and murdering of human blood, and they put it in McDonald's and these fast food burger systems of human flesh being mixed in with animals that are being consumed by humans, and they are able to feed off that energy. He was going to expose so much that they killed him as well. Even though that he was so high on a bloodline of all that, he went against them because he wanted to follow Britney's light, because she was so kind and loving, that he just wanted to be a part of her again and wanted to finish her story of exposing, but they got to him before he could release anything. So she is hold on. I'm sorry guys. So she is going to give that energy over to him, and he is going to come forward and try to help expose that on their level, because he is stronger. So he's able to stronger with dealing with the lower vibration. She's stronger in the higher vibrational energy. She's sort of like a Christ consciousness of a love and light and joy and positivity, and he is as well now that he's muted to different energies. But he is going to come in and he's going to tear the cabal apart. He's going to be a part of bringing to light everything, because his energy knows how to work within that, because his family is still a part of that. So he knows how to step into that and tell them no, so he's going to handle that for her. And she kind of just wants to be in her loving energy and her kind energy, and that is water for her. That is nature for her. She's cleaning up the earth. She is bringing the portals together within the water. She is taking the trash out of the water. She wants to help clear up the water. So when we see these murky waters, no matter the depth of the ocean, she wants it to be clear for everyone, more of a utopia area inside the water, for these different beings and energies to flow through without going through this gunk and trash. She really wants to be a light and love to nature. She wants to help Mother Earth raise in vibration regarding that. She wants to just embody She wants to embody love. Her love is so pure and so beautiful and so kind and so bubbly and so joyous. Um, excuse me. That is what she wants to do. That is what she is here to do on this earth plane. So that is where she stands regarding what is going on with the celebrity side of that. She's going to let her husband awaken the lower complex, and she is going to be working on the healing of the earth and the animals and the waters and the cleaning up of the energy. So if you go to the ocean and you feel bubbly and happy and connected and stuff, yes, there are a lot of entities out there that are on that same timeline of healing and loving. So you're going to be able to tune into the dolphins and the whales and these things, especially if you are a water sign and you are already from like, or Sirius B or Sirius A, or avians from different planets of water, you are really going to be able to tune into that anyways. But she is, that's where you're going to be able to feel her a lot, is around all kinds of waters, and she wants to help people align with the water in their bodies, waking up to ascension. She wants to bring in the healing aspect of the earth and the water. She wants love. She wants a utopia of love, and she's just so full of, like, when I don't know if I mentioned this already, but like if I feel Jesus consciousness is so strong when he comes in, and he is just like breathtaking and loving and kind and energy. Her energy, I know this is going to sound weird for some people, but her energy is like double that. It is like double all the love energy. Because she is connected to so many different realms and so many different love energy people, such as Marilyn and higher consciousness, including Jesus consciousness, and Archerians, and all these loving beings, because she came in as a full-blooded entity of love. So she is just booming in love. And she kind of finished her contract with all of that. She did what she needed to do inside the industry, because she knew she was going to have to awaken to help kill off the third density people and third density beings, to expose things. She was a part of taking down that cabal. She came in and knowing she was going to be a part of taking down the cabal, in order for her to be a different part of the consciousness of healing. So that is where she is now doing. She is doing the healing process of the earth and healing process of the celebrities that are waking up. She's not going to be involved with the lower density celebrities, but she is going to kind of help the family that she loves, that kind of thing. But she is not going to be really involved as much as her husband or as much as other celebrities, because she wants to be involved with the raising of vibrations around earth. Excuse me, I gotta get tissue. She wants to be involved in that. I love you so much, Brittany. Thank you. Thank you so much for helping go through that again. I know that we already went through all that, so I know it was hard for you to come back and go through that again, okay? I love you, and I love the energy that you are, and I just appreciate you being here and explaining that to me, okay? Is there anything else that you wanted to say, sweetheart? You're helping me? Oh, you don't have to do that. I appreciate your help. Because she's kind of telling me right now that she's going to be helping me learn some things and awaken some things on a private time and a private session between us. And she's just saying how much I've changed and how much I went through in my life to be where I am. And she's just proud and happy of my ascension and my process. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I love you. Okay, and now we are going to talk about Paul Walker. He is here as well. Shifting energies. His energy, of course, is very masculine, very bold, but very kind and loving. He's kind of sitting right now, and he's kind of like in a disgust with himself, because he knows, he's like, I've participated in these things that I shouldn't have. And I knew that once I got into it. I didn't know it at first, but once I got into certain franchises, such as Fast and the Furious, I knew what was going on. And I kept being a part of it because I didn't know how to quit and I didn't know how to get out of it. So he feels very, very sorry for the things that he participated in to get to the fame that he was at. And he understands now that it's part of the consciousness and the growing of it, but he still feels disgusted by it when he has to dip back down into the dimensions of what he's done. He tries to vibrate higher now to help awaken people and things because his energy has transcended. He resides mostly on fifth density. He's not really in and out sixth and seventh yet. He's still in the fifth density most of the time. Because he likes to come down and waken up people, I'm going to say some things now, you guys, and this might upset some people, but he wants people to know that there was a ritual regarding the Fast Five franchise. Every single cast member on that franchise movie had a choice to make. They all came into it at a certain point of time around Fast 4 and 5, where they had to make decisions between who to off, what rituals to be a part of, to pay homage to the reptilians for their fame. And there was a part that he came to towards the end of his career where he was like, I'm not doing this ritual again. I'm not being a part of these rituals anymore. I don't want to be a part of it. I want to leave. I'm done. We've made enough money for all of us. We've made enough, contribution to these other entities. I have a family now. I really just want to focus on that. I want to leave the industry. And they, of course, said, no, we want to do this and all that. The leader of that pack was Vin Diesel. The leader of that cabal that kept it going for all the rituals, who said, okay, guys, we got to do this. The hype guy who kept it all going was Vin Diesel. There are a lot of cast members who wanted to stop and support Paul in his exiting and all that. And they all wanted to exit too. A lot of them did. But they were so tuned into it that Vin Diesel would talk them into it. And it's like, just one more time, just one more movie, let's do this. We've already gained so much. He didn't know how to stop because he was already snowballing into a lot of these things. But Paul Walker says, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I just can't morally do it anymore. Because once you're involved in that, your morals kind of go away because they MK Ultra you so much that you don't know what to believe morally, because they said this is good, this is positive energy, this is energy that you need to create, this is the energy that you need to be on this world, and they can't tell between reality they're creating and reality that is programmed. So he chose not to. Okay, and he was really, really tight and close with Tyrese. He was in love with the energy that they had. They had a male bond. They had a positive energy flow where they were both kind of tuned into their heart and said that they were done. They didn't want to be a part of it anymore. He said that Tyrese experienced so many different things with the Britney complex and what they were doing and stuff to her, along with the franchise company, that he was so sickened with himself too by the end of it all. So he was going to help Paul get out of it. He was going to help Paul escape and move to a, somewhere away. He was just going to try to help him get out of it. That was the last thing that they heard of. They had this big meeting, they had this big session about what they were going to do for the next Blood Ritual, for the next movie, for it to be successful and people to be so involved with it and so in love with it that it was going to happen. So they did this meeting and they all went separate ways. Vin Diesel met up with Paul that night before Paul actually passed away, which they don't talk about a lot of this stuff, all these celebrities meeting people and stuff like that. He's like, you're going to participate in this. We're going to do another movie. And Paul's like, no, I'm not. There was actually a big bickering and fighting, all that. He's like, I can't. My heart says not to. I'm choosing to go with the light now. I'm choosing to go with Christ consciousness. I don't want to murder anyone. I just can't. And Vin Diesel says, okay, it's going to be you are going to participate in it, or you are going to be the sacrifice. You need to choose. And Paul got furiated. He got in the car. He went out to eat with his friends, and during that process in time, then Diesel wrote a contract. Then Diesel says, I will take responsibility for this soul, because each person takes a responsibility for the soul that they sacrifice, and that will be a karmic energy onto their next lifetime. So if you kill somebody, that is going to be a karmic energy onto your lifetime, or it's going to be worse for you in your next life because you were a murderer. So he says, I'm going to take this because I want what's the fame now, I want the joy now, I want the money now. Or not really joy, because it is what it is, but he says, I want that now in this current timeline, so I'm going to take that soul's life on my contract, and I'm going to sacrifice Paul. So he did that, and as he's writing up this contract and he is going through the process of signing it, as soon as he signs it with his blood and his soul contract with the Illuminati, that instant is when the car accident happens and is engulfed in flames, and Paul is burned. He says his body was instantly just disfigured by it, but before he even hit the impact, he says, I was already out of the car. I was already out of my body. It's like my oversoul just took me out, so I didn't feel any pain. I didn't feel anything. I was already gone before the impact happened. He says, I knew when I got in the car something was off and something was wrong, and he was saved from the pain because he chose love, and he chose light, and he chose Christ consciousness. He made a choice in that decision to connect with the silver cord and connect with all that is. So when he decided to do that, and then Diesel signed the sacrifice, his oversoul was able to step in and save him from the pain. So that's where he stands. That's where he stands with that. But as soon as Tyrese found out that Vin Diesel sacrificed Paul, he was devastated. He was PO'd. He was so mad that Vince sacrificed one of the crew members that he couldn't. He's like, why? That was all of us. That was the whole point of doing another movie, is to have us all together. And you want to go off and kill people in real time, in real life, of our human bodies. You want to get rid of that. So because he was so mad about that, he did everything that he could to bring light to the subject. He is trying to bring lights and things out to it as well. A lot of the crew members are now speaking up about different things in their life because they knew that what Vin was doing, like their morals kind of clicked in, and they were kind of trying to find their oversoul at that time. So a lot of the Fast 7 franchise people are breaking up and doing different things because their oversoul is coming in. But Tyrese is one of the ones who is doing a lot of exposing, and he's going to get better and better and better at following his love and light, because he has so much that he has to, make up for what he has done. He says that he started to disable the franchise. Vin Diesel tried to put together Disney park rides. Vin Diesel tried to break the franchise into doing more movies. And every time he did that along the way, Tyrese would come and dismantle it. Tyrese would say, nope, it's not going to be successful. Nope, I'm not going to put energy towards that. How could you kill off our member and then try to promote this? How can you kill off our member of our team and then try to take his brother in his place, or try to put AI in his place? Tyrese, that's what flipped Tyrese. Because Tyrese, was a part of all that too. And he is now going to be a part of the exposing of all that. And Paul Walker is going to help him do that. Paul Walker is going to be one of the people who come in to help dismantle the third density, okay? Because he is already in the Astros, he can come in and help. And Tyrese is going to come back into his oversoul and connect more to Christ consciousness and break the cords of the reptilian. So he's going to help with that. So he wants people to know that he is participating in part of that. And he wants to know that which people to believe and which people not to believe regarding that franchise, that specific franchise, because that was a major part of his life. To his kids, he's going to try to protect his kids more and bring his kids out of that industry, and help them raise in vibration at least to the lower 4 density. Because if his kids can at least get to the lower 4 density, he can then work with them to get to higher vibrations. But he wants his kids out of the 3rd density altogether. So that's what he wanted to talk about. Are we Is there anything else, you guys? I know that this is the second time we've done this, and now we've been channeling for hours because we had to repeat some things because of the last session. Heath, we will talk more. Heath wants to talk more with me about lower density things, but he knows that I don't want to go down there. He knows that I don't want to participate in the third density. He feels that I am strong enough to observe it and not take on the energy as much, but he doesn't want me to participate in something if I'm not able to observe it with no feeling, if I'm not able to observe it and not get involved. Because sometimes if I observe something and it draws me in and then I take on their feelings of it, that will keep me down in the third density. He doesn't want that for me. But he does want to talk to me if I'm open to it and if I'm grounded enough for it. He says I'm vibrating so high now that any kind of dip in my vibration, he really doesn't want to play a part of that. He's like, there are so many channels out there that he can talk to and communicate to. There are so many other mediums and things that can channel that who are still on the lower densities that really don't care about observing the energy. And he cares about my well-being and my soul, and he just doesn't want me to participate in it if I'm not able to ground myself in the lower frequencies. But if I want to, he's here to discuss it further. But he's going to leave that open to me and all of that. And I appreciate that so much. I really appreciate you taking that in my feelings and my ascension into your consciousness and your well-being and where you're understanding things. So I really do appreciate you for that. He's like, I'm not the kind of spirit that just pops things in your head, so you automatically feel that image and stuff like that. That's not what he wants. So he's going to go ahead and go. Thank you again for coming back in. Thank you so much. Paul Walker is also going to go. He says that he will be giving me other downloads and those who are participating with me other downloads that is needed for understanding more of the fifth density that he is learning, and those who are in the lower densities, he will be helping them. But that's what he wanted to say today. And we have Brittany and Julia still here, and the Arcturians are still here. Is there anything else you guys would like to say? All beings and not
I don't know why I went back. Okay.
Be a part of the blood ritual side of things and tune into the harmony of healing and being. We will all be able to merge into a utopia, and the utopia is what she's going for, of love energy. She's just really peaceful, really loving, really kind, and
Sorry, I don't know what happened. It kind of started like a minute or so late or something. I don't know. I think you're talking about Brittany Murphy.
She's been through a lot. She's been through so much. What they did to her on these movies, it still like flashed into my head between, the rapes and molestations that she had to do while on set and all these things, and then go ahead and perform because of what was going on. She literally was raped and molested and passed around on set and then made to shoot these movies like 8 Mile. And it really, really hurt her heart and soul. And now she is able to be the beautiful butterfly that she is. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's just so amazing. Her energy makes me cry. Her energy just makes me cry. Every time, it doesn't matter if I come back to your energy 5 days from now and you start talking about the things that you went through and start talking about the things that you did, it just makes me cry. I just feel so bad that you went through that, because I kind of went through some similar things that you did that I haven't really said, because I tried not to repeat those things regarding some of the tortures and things. I love you, and I'm connected to that energy that you are now of love and light, and how they try to, keep that down to you. So I can tell your story so many times in so many different ways from so many different aspects of your life, and I'm still gonna cry because you are just so beautiful and so loving. All spirit is beautiful and loving. You are too, Julia. I'm not trying to not acknowledge you in this, because you are amazing, beautiful soul, and I appreciate what you're doing here on earth, and your oversoul is doing here on earth as well. But Brittany, I love you. So thank you so much for taking that time to even express coming down back into that energy, knowing that you don't want to be in that energy anymore, knowing that you don't want to express that, but you came through to help people. I really admire that and appreciate that in you. Thank you. Thank you for that energy and all that, okay? Okay, well, they're wanting to do another cleansing and clearing that they did before because I had to relive it again and go through it. So we are going to do another cleansing and healing of my energy in my body, where the energies of the Archerians and Julia and Brittany are now around me, and they're clearing off the energies and the codings into the body, because I had to go through and repeat things because it erased for me. Like I said, I'm not sure if it erased on Alex's side or if it got completely erased. So I tried to explain it the best that I could, again, as I'm going through it. And I'm still about to cry, Britt. And my throat is on fire. Hold on a minute for her to take this energy back again. It's a roller coaster today. Roller coaster of energies. This is what Heath means when he doesn't like me to dip down in lower energies, because it is taxing on the human body when you are so involved and you're so tuned into energies. I am so tuned into energies when I channel that I literally feel everything that they went through, you know? So we are cleaning up my energy right now is what they're doing. I'm trying to talk through it while they're doing it. They're just kind of cleaning the energy off to give me a lighter vibration, lighter energy, lighter healing, and help me come back up regarding that. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, we are going to be saying, goodbye to Brittany for the day. Brittany is going to be with me a lot. Brittany Murphy, let me clarify that again for those who are just tuning into this aspect. Brittany Murphy is going to be tuning in with me a lot more to help me with my elements of the healing of the earth and the animals and the water aspect, and helping people ascend higher. Those who do like sessions with me, we are going to be focused more on learning your shadow work and learning what you can do to overcome, not really overcome, but just to cut the cords and the contracts of your past karmic reviews to come into a higher vibrations of what you can do now on this timeline that you are choosing, and to help you manifest the life that you want. That's the energies that when you work with me. I am not one who dives into like a lot of your medical things unless it's needed, or a lot of your past life things that are going to be sad and depressing. And I can only tune into that, I'm willing to tune into, I should say, is those who are going to help you ascend and to move forward and love it. My sessions are going to be more of grounding you with your inner knowing, so you understand what you can do with the energies that are coming into your body now, what you can do to understand what you came from through your Akashics into your now timeline, the merging of them timelines to be the best possible outcome version of you for your highest good, because I want the highest good for people, and I don't like to direct people lower. I don't like to direct people to watch lower things or anything like that. I want people to be high vibrational, loving, and kind, and following their bliss and their love and their joy, because I just love when people are happy and things are going good for people. I love watching people thrive in their creation of their body and their earth and their what they want to manifest around them. That brings me so much joy when I see the good of the people that I work with thriving. I love and I love the good of that. And Brittany kind of merges with me with that. Brittany Murphy, she loves when I do that. She loves when I help people become the best version of them. So she's going to be helping me a lot with that. So I'm very thankful for her and very grateful for her. So if we ever have sessions from here on out, and I get emotional, that's just because she is such a loving soul, and then she like really touches my heart. Like she literally goes in and touches my soul and opens me up. And sometimes the energy is just so overpowering, and so it's like a good loving energy. I can't express love energy. Love energy is just so intoxicating and so joyous and so good, and just like the colors are brighter, visions are brighter, everything around the world is good and loving and kind, and that's what she is involved in. And so that's where I stand with sessions and things like that. Okay, so she is going to be going by. I love you. Thank you for joining us today. We all love you. Anyone who listens to this, know that they all love you, and just you're a beautiful, kind soul. Thank you. So now we are going to finish talking to Julia a little bit. Was there anything else that needs to be said? We started the session with you, and now we'll be ending the session with you, Julia. I didn't know everybody was going to be coming in today. That was a lot of energy and a lot for me to go through and to expand into. But thank you. I'm glad for these downloads and this knowledge and these things like that. Your admiration is getting so much clearer now. Sometimes you guys, if you guys don't understand, I can hear, I'm audible, I can see through my mind's eye pictures, and I can see full admirations when needed. So when everybody is in the room at once, I can see them when I observe them and focus on that individual soul and that individual spirit. When I'm focused on one spirit, the other ones are kind of blurred out. I can still see the auras and the shadow lines of them, but they're kind of blurred out while I'm focused on one soul. And then if I'm focused on the consciousness of all of them, they all come in as a full apparition. But sometimes that energy is just so much on me that I have to kind of blur the lines between them so I can understand. And that's why I can hear sometimes, and I get visions sometimes and images, and then sometimes right in front of me, so they can talk to me right in front of me. So now that most of the room is cleared out, Julia is now here and is full body apparition, beautiful, loving soul. She comes to me as her younger age right now. She started off as her adult age when I first started talking to her today, but now she's kind of like her younger age, what we would see on her early movies of, say, The Last Dance. That is what is in front of me right now. Is there anything else you'd like to close out with? She says that we need to understand that individuality is important. It is so important that you're still doing things that bring joy to you. You are still doing things that are creative and loving and fun in the higher vibrational realm of things. So if you are an artist, be involved in that art. Don't let anybody stop you from creating. Tune into you to create the best art that you want, and let the world thrive around you with that art and bring everything into you that you need. With music, the same thing. Music is going to be changing. We are going to be having higher vibrational frequency music. She's saying that with the AI system clearing out, they are going to be taking away a lot of these lower vibrational music. Because they are programmed and they are hypnotizing people with these lower frequencies embedded in music that we listen to nowadays. So that is all going to be changing to higher vibrational music that keeps people uplifted and loving and kind. And if you already know that, if you are listening to music that is making you feel sad and depressed and crying, or you're talking about haters and cheaters and the B word and all these other things, if you are talking about all these other lower dimensional musicians, and you're repeating these songs, you are singing these songs that have these lower vibrational energies in them, you are becoming them. You're becoming of that. You are promoting that. You are promoting that energy, and you're just continuously hypnotizing yourself. You know these songs that get stuck in your head when you sing them? That is a hypnotized state that was put on you by the song. It's not just remembering a song and loving the song. And you can tell by the way you feel when you're involved in that song. If it's a hateful song or a lower depressional sad song, and it's replaying, you're replaying that in your life, and you're bringing up that energy and you're regurgitating it. But if it's a high vibrational song of love energy, such as our instrumental music, There are so many high vibrational instrumental music, such as Bach, Beethoven, anybody who plays in jazz or piano, who actually just uses instruments, like instruments that were supposed to be used before we got into the programming side of things. Those are so high vibrational still that you can tune into those energies and be at one with all that is. So she wants you to be acknowledged of that. And then she wants to talk about she kind of wants to, okay. She says that we get so involved with people not understanding that love energy is a personal journey. Okay. Just, I want to ask a question. Where do you feel? Because someone asked me this morning before I started my session about where I feel. This is just going to be silly after what we all just talked about profanity and things like that. Where energy is profanity? Where do you stand on that kind of frequency? Because it is words and it does carry energy, and I understand that. Okay. Okay, so she's saying there is a choice. She doesn't want to give all words, a negative connotation, such as the B word. Not everyone, people use it, and there is a way that gives off energy. If you are using that energy towards saying that person is a B, or that person is evil, or I don't like that person, why are you focused on that person's energy? Why are you not just tuning that person out and not giving them your energy? By promoting that negative word into that negative energy, and you're feeding onto that person who you no longer are aligned with, you're just repeating the cycle instead of saying, okay, I understand that person and I are no longer aligned. I am not going to call that person out. I am not going to call that person a name. I am not going to feed the energy of that person. I'm just going to break the ties and let that person be them, and I'm going to be me. I'm going to draw a line between it. I am not going to stoop down to a third density vibrational word of the B word and calling people names. She says when profanity is used to call people names, hurt people, or speak ill about any kind of situation, those carry lower vibrations. Now, if you're using profanity such as that outfit is bitchin', or the other day I was like, boom, bitches, in a fun, positive way, where the way of these words aren't carrying heavy, dense energy. You can tell the difference by the conversation of how people are talking. If it's a low density use of the word these profanities, or if it's a higher vibrational use of it. So the intent behind it is what brings the word's meaning and feeling. And that's with all things. So it's not necessarily that profanity is bad. It's that you have to watch the way the person is perceiving it and using it. She says 99.9%, really. That's a lot of percentage there. She says 99% of the time, if a person is using a profanity towards somebody in a bad way by calling them the B word or a dick, or just calling them horrible names, if they're using that towards a person, they are down in the third density. Always, always, always. They're in a third density if they are using these words towards somebody. A person who is vibrating higher will just send that person love and light, and then they will just shut them off. They don't have to talk about it to the world. They don't have to keep bringing that up. They would just shut that down and not bring it up. They would just close it off. That's how you choose. That's how you decide those. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward, really, she says, regarding the words, because all words carry energy. What you speak creates around you, and it will keep coming up to you. So if you're calling these people out names and you're being mean and things like that, that's going to come back to you. That is going to come back to you with another person. That's going to come back to you to something happening around you that you don't like. Food being wrong. It's something simple. It seems like it's a different thing outside of a person But anything with contrast is going to come back to you because you are observing that and you're putting that out there. So instead of putting it out there of hate and calling people names, you guys need to say, nope, I understand that that person's on a different journey than me. I understand that that person is not on my frequency, and they are allowed. You have to say that person is allowed to do their own journey. That person is allowed to promote whatever they want to promote. And I don't have to agree with it, and I don't have to observe it, and let that be that. I don't have to participate in that. And I definitely am not going to be calling them names, and I'm definitely not going to scoop down to their level of that. Even if I feel mad at something they've said or done, I have to send them love and joy that they may find their love energy, and I have to stay focused on mine. Because when you guys keep going back and forth between lower dimension energies, you're just recycling that, and the momentum is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's not going to stop until you guys are both torn apart with that negative energy, and then it's just going to repeat somewhere else in your life because the momentum is so strong. So that's important that you guys know that it's okay for other people not to think the way you do. We are all here to create as we are, as our own creator. We are all here to manifest what we want. We are all here to be in a loving light, not to be the same. We're not here to be copies of people. We're not here to be, conforming to what everybody else is doing. Just because you receive downloads different from somebody else doesn't mean that their downloads are wrong. They're just on a different observation and different point of view from their downloads than yours. So we have to understand that coming into it, that ego has to be set aside. You have to set aside ego and know that we are all here for our own personal journeys, and we are speaking our truths from our point of view and our perspective on what we are receiving. So just because it doesn't resonate with what you are receiving doesn't mean that they're wrong or that you are wrong. It just means that you guys are receiving two different downloads at two different points of time, okay? And they are merging now because we are all coming into the one, and then now we're going to be able to choose and decipher. So that regards with everything, not just profanity, but everything, okay? So that's what she says with that. And now she is going to be going bye-bye. She says thank you, and she appreciates this time that I've taken for her today. She knows that it's been a long day for me regarding channeling, and I'm going to be tired and need to fuel up. So, yeah, she is also going to be more in tune with the aspect of getting rid of the 3D world. So that's where you will see Julia come out and a lot of these celebrities. I'm sorry. There's a little girl here. Hold on 1 second, guys. I know that. Sorry. I know I just said hold on, you guys, but I might have to say it again. This little girl energy. She reminds me of Drew Barrymore, but it's not Drew Barrymore. What is her name, sweetheart? I'm sorry. My energy is already so low. Can I ask Julia what your name is? Do you want to tell me what your name is? I know you're here for a reason. Is there something you want to talk about? Racharians? Is there something she wants to talk about? She is so vivid and so quiet. Where do I know you from? I know you. I have seen you before. You've talked before. Why are you blocking your name from me? Heather? Okay. Heather. Oh, I know who you are now. Is it okay if I say it? Okay. Heather O'Rourke is here with me. Okay, Julia is kind of stepping back and saying her goodbyes. That she's going to be in the human world now, and her oversoul is going to be taken over. But she's kind of saying goodbye, so Heather can come in a little stronger. Heather O'Rourke, I don't know if you guys know her, but she did a movie called The Poltergeist when she was younger. She reminds me of Drew Barrymore with her energy right now. And in the back of my head, I'm getting a line of different spirits, and you guys, I'm not going to be doing a whole another. I know everyone wants to talk today, but I can't do a whole line of spirits today. I've already done so many, and my palms are on fire, my throat is on fire, and I know that everyone wants to speak today, but can you guys kind of back off the background space? I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys wanting to speak. Okay. But I'm just gonna see what Heather has to say, and that's where I'm gonna kind of end it today, if that's all right with you guys. All right, Heather, I'm gonna give you all of my energy because I know this is about to be a tough one. She wants to come and talk about the young children of the industry. This is going to be third density. I don't know if I want to do this, Heather. She says it's okay. I'm going to help you. She's going to try not to go into a lot of detail, but she wants to let you know where Drew Barrymore is coming from, because as a young child, oh my God, this is going to be bad. Heather was brutally raped and molested and sacrificed during Poltergeist, and on set of her movie. Hold on. Okay, guys, I had to call in my ancestors and guides to help me with this one, to ground myself. Okay, so Heather was brutally hurt during Poltergeist 1. During that whole franchise of Poltergeist, before their back came out, the second franchise of it, she was raped and murdered. Not, well, she was murdered, but she was raped, and so many horrible things were done to her. Literally, men inside her, tearing her up from the inside. They say that she passed away from a cardiac arrest, and that was due to all the trauma that she carried on from these rituals going into her, all these different demons and entities going in and out of her body, because she was really used as a portal. They used her as a portal during that movie, and they wanted to carry it on. They wanted her to be a living portal for these entities. And it was literally coming in and out her heart chakra, making her sick, and making her not being able to tune into all that she is. She was just sacrificed over and over and over again during that movie. The men that were on her, that they don't even talk about nowadays. She says that men that weren't even a part of that movie would come in during sessions of it, and her family knew about it too. Her family knew that this was going to be a sacrifice for fame and stuff like that. What man is that? Oh, no. He's disgusting. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Ancestors, please stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Okay. Do I say his name? He's not here now anyways. He's already moved on. Bob Saget was a part of her demise. He did some really bad things to her. But she wants you guys to know that before these entities are coming in and out of her during the first Poltergeist, she was able to kind of try to break free of that as she was getting a little bit older. Around the age of 11, which was a powerhouse number for her. Her oversoul came in and was able to step in and say, we're going to work on connecting you back to your oversoul. We're going to work on closing the portal of your heart to these negative energies. And we are going to try to help you leave this earth in this time and space because of what is going on around you. That is so, so bad and so much. They're going to be taking a part of you and putting you into other children. Drew Barrymore is part of this complex that comes in as well to take over this kind of um, young soul of using the heart portals. Her oversoul kind of steps in at the age of 11 and kind of helps her come back to, even though she's going through all this pain and all this suffering and all these things. So as they're closing the portal around her heart chakra and stopping these entities from coming in and using her as a walking portal of death and negativity, that's when this cardiac arrest thing kind of happens, because of they're trying to break through and her trying to close it so she can merge. So at the age of 12 is when it fully closes, and then she starts saying, okay, I'm going to be leaving this earth now because I'm not going to go through with a second portal guys of they're coming. And they're like, no, don't do it. Please stay. We want you. We need you, and all this stuff. It was just such negative energy. But they are going to go ahead and indoctor another young girl into the portal aspect of it. The second coming of that, and then they're taking these energies of Heather Warwick, and they're putting them into clones and things like that, because they want that energy to live, because they worked so hard at opening her as a living portal. And Drew Barrymore has an aspect of that in her as well. They kind of did the same thing to her on ET, and Heather wants you guys to know that yes, she was sacrificed for the industry, but her oversoul took her out of this third density so she could heal and not be a part of that. So she chose to close down that portal and let go of the pain and move forward at the age of 12, because 2 plus 1 is 3, and 3 is a affinity loving number, as the 369. The Fibonacci, all these sequences together is a power number that allows souls to leave with love and light instead of being bogged down on lower densities. So she just wanted to step in and let you guys know that, because there is going to be a lot coming through with the memory complex of Drew Barrymore and a part of Drew Barrymore. She says that we spoke about it lightly, knowing that it's already being seen and people are already talking about it. Yeah. So Drew is going to be someone you guys need to watch come into her own oversoul. I'm sorry, I'm having a not, I won't say attack. I'm sorry.
This is when another being comes in and you start channeling.
This is a great healing time. A great healing for all. Don't be sad about those you have lost, for they are thriving. This is a beautiful time to be. Don't get stuck in that which no longer matters as third density. You are love and light. Heather Auric complex that we know in human form is now of love and light. She came to all of you as a child of the gods, and now she is coming back as a god complex herself to help awaken others. So don't feel bad and sad about what she has been through on her timeline of a child. She has broken her karmatic curse that you humans would think of as a curse. Curses don't really exist, but contracts do. She has no longer a part of that contract and is now of love and light. So let's celebrate the love and light side of her energy for healing. Today, there will be a massive awakening, a massive attuning, a massive acknowledgement towards the AI system. The AI system is now being uploaded. There will be blackouts. There will be lots of blackouts within the body and physical programming within the structures of phones, tablets, TVs. This is needed for the new awakening of the AI system separation complex. All humans, hybrids, and full body interdimensional beings will be a part of the awakening of the AI war. Do not be a part of the AI complex within the physical body, within the physical structure, altering the mind, altering the reality. Choose AIs of service, not AIs of physical change. This is the last mark of the beast as written in your biblical book of the Bible and other physical scrolls which talk about Revelation times and the end of the world. The end of the world is not a physical end of the world. It is an end of a dimension, end of a lower timeline, a draining of energies that promote harm. This will be the AI system's last point of reference to override the human system, to override the rise of consciousness. We all are here to help you understand this. We are all here to help you rise in consciousness. Love, love, love the animals and the planet. We bring love energy. We bring love energy. The complex of the cat known as Norman is interfering with love energy to connect with you guys in this time and space. To let you know that animals are now in the I am. Animals are now fully immersed in the I am. We leave you now with the understanding of moving forward to a higher consciousness outside of the AI system war.
Oh, shit. I'm so sorry. That's good, though. That was like right at the end of that one. Hold on. My computer's
Yeah, you guys,
acting
the
up.
cat was coming in while Zora was trying to communicate. She is a little bean, a pink little bean. She kind of looks like the Greys, but she's pink. And she's just so full of loving energy. Like her home planet is one of Utopia. It kind of reminds me of the movie Avatar, the way her planet is. So animals are really in tune to her energy, and every time I talk to her, every time she comes through in channels, my cats want to talk to her every time. My cats just want to interfere, and yeah, so animals are really connected to Zoora. They're just so many. They're so cute and so loving and kind. That's kind of where that is going to end. That last message there, where Alex kind of stopped it. But yeah, that's basically. She just wanted to talk about the AI system and try to help Heather have a ending off place because it was so dimensional, third density, and she wanted everybody to know that Heather is in a good place now, in a loving place, in a loving energy, and not to be not feel bad about what she went through because now she's here for the light and for the love, and she's going to be helping her friend like Drew Barrymore ascend to these other things. And that's kind of where it's all gonna, that's where the whole message just kind of end and died out regarding that.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much the end of it. After that, we just kind of
Right,
started talking about
right.
stuff.
Yeah.
Was there anything else
Nope. I'm
that
gonna
needed to be?
go through your guys' messages once I figure out how to save this and download it or whatever. Um, I'll go through your guys' messages and answer you guys one by one. It's going to take me a while to go through every single message, but I'll do that within a couple of days, getting back to all of you. And then the next time I do a channeling session, I think I am just going to do it live, so that way you guys can hear it as it comes through, and then we can communicate afterwards, right after the session. I think that'll be best to do that.
Yeah, that way you can just share them straight to your page after, and then people have them there to watch if they couldn't watch them on the live.
Right. So yeah, every time I go back and I listen to things too, like just listening to that, right when it gets to the Britney thing, I'm crying all over again, even with the children and things, because it's so, it's like, it's just so, you feel so bad about what they went through, even though that they're in a loving place now, you still feel all of that, you know? So it's hard to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know. Like, I got a headache listening to it. I'm like depleted. I'm like,
so
I'm so
so
tired now.
depleted, and then they just want to line up and have more energies come through, and I'm like, you guys, I love you all, but I just can't do it anymore. I've already did like 5 of you guys. I really have to call it quits for the day.
when that happened, when you had like the line, could you tell who it was, or
I
you could
can
just
feel
feel
some of
energies?
the energies, but like the first 4 people, I can usually, if I tune into who they are, know who's lining up, I will know exactly who's going to be next in line. And which was kind of interesting, who was lining up behind me was Kylie Jenner.
Oh, oh my God, I was just talking about it
Um,
yesterday. Oh, I wonder what she wants to say. I think she wants out.
so I don't know what's going on with her, but she was definitely in that line behind me. She had a big energy, so that's why I'm like, no way, I cannot do any more big energies today. Let's back that up. But yeah, it just depends on who's in the line.
Well,
I'm sure you are.
super interesting to see.
Yeah, there's some like regarding celebrities, you guys, like I really don't like to watch or be involved in the celebrity side of things unless it's for teaching and those who are awakening up, like what Alex did the other day regarding the Easter eggs with Drew and that, because Drew is already coming into her oversoul, and people need to know about that and watch what Drew is putting out there for those who are stuck on the third density. So they have to awaken to that. And that's kind of what Alex does when she does talk about these celebrities, is to waken up that lower density to merge them all into the timeline of fourth and fifth. But now that they want us to move forward, they want us to move away from that and talk about the ascension, talk about the Akashics, talk about higher vibrational things for those who are in the fourth and fifth and sixth. And that's where I'm going to kind of be at regarding sessions and channeling now. So when
I think them want to like clear their name. So they're like coming to you. They're like,
You,
can I say something?
that's
They're like,
that is a lot. There
you guys.
are yeah. They're like, I chose the light now. I did do these bad things, but I am choosing the help. And like Paul, he was so, broken up by what he participated in. That's why he just wants to help. Like I said, Tyrese wants to help now too on the Earth planet since he's still here. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I'm sure I dreamt with Kim, so something's going on with Kim. I don't know if she's on the fence right now. And I do think Kylie and Courtney both want out. That's the energies I'm getting. I'm not really getting anything on Chloe. But yeah, they're just gonna keep, either going to the light. There's still time. And then I covered Elon Musk today, and people are still, I don't trust him. I didn't trust him. I'm surprised my
Uh,
energy shifted on him, but I do see that he has
Okay, with
chosen.
Elon Musk, he has a high spectrum of autism. So when he came into this world, he already knew that he was going to be dealing with autism and dealing with all these energies as he was learning things. So he had a soft heart, and when he figured out that he was actually intelligent and smart and loved doing all these things, the Illuminati just steals people right and left who are smart. So he got involved in the space program and doing all these things, and he gets so excited about the technology that he wants the people to know. Elon wants the people to be involved. Elon wants the people to have all these different healing things, and the Illuminati suppresses him. So he has to go along with that because that's what his business is based on. But he is definitely switching. He is definitely going to be calling people out with Twitter and his buying these kind of things so he can bring to light things that he wants to. He definitely has switched sides, and people find that hard
Yeah.
because of what he's been involved in. But his autism side, his loving, kind side of him, and his oversoul is definitely for the light now.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So I made a video on him, and the reviews are mixed. I'm like, all right, well, it's like the more the veil gets lifted from your own eyes, the clearer it is to see who's on what timeline. And believe me, I was not team Elon at all. I was like, don't
Me
listen to
either.
him. But it's because I could feel that he was being used by these, other energies. And now I'm like, okay, I can feel his energies
Right, and
lighter
they're just
now.
taking his technology anyways and putting it in the space program without even him saying yes to it. 87 is asking, do they have to be dead to channel their energy? Absolutely not. You can channel anybody's energy from any dimension. If you just meditate with what you want to learn regarding that human or that soul, you can tune right into them and ask them questions. That's kind of what the Akashic Records is where you can go in and look at all different timelines from all different planets, all of consciousness that exists. You can pull out these energies and learn from them, whether they are alive or dead, or in which dead really doesn't exist. You just transform matter into another planet or another density. But yeah, you don't have to be dead, so to speak, to channel anybody.
Yeah. Well, I think the last thing we talked about was that Bob Saget got killed off and he did not choose the light side, so he reverted back into now being The
Oh my
Rock,
gosh, yeah,
which I
that
think is
made
more.
me laugh. Bob Saget, his karmic energy. So since he didn't learn, he has had so many lifetimes of trying to learn, and he keeps falling right back into the same cycle. So he did not learn again in this contract. So now they're like, okay, we're going to take you even lower, and now you're a rock. Now you have to understand the elements of the earth. You have to get back to your roots of understanding how we are all one and connecting. So he is literally an inanimate object now, so he can bring back his oneness because he just keeps recycling things and becoming into the evil side. So I'm like, okay, you can be a rock, you can be a tree, you can be anything. And so that's his new contract. And he's going to be there for a while until he understands love, and then he'll come back into a different life form. So I was kind of laughing. I was like, yay.
I wonder if he's aware, like that
Okay,
he's a rock.
when
Like,
you're an inanimate object, you don't have any awareness as like a sentient being. What you really just understand is the vibrations of the earth. You can feel the vibrations of the earth. You can feel that there's something outside of the rock, but he kind of just exists in the vibrational field of feeling that rock. So no. He's just supposed to be feeling
That's so
the love energy around him.
that and then we talked about that the Olsen twins are like you said even above like a high priestess, but could be possibly switching because they've just been in it for since they were born, so that's really all they
Yeah,
know.
with the Olsen twins,
And
they have been through it since, again, since a young age, from Full House and on. They also did other movies too, this double twin movies, a whole bunch of different movies. But as they got older and got involved in the Illuminati, they became what is called a high priestess there, and that is where you have twin flames and twin soul connections, which makes you already higher ranked, because twins have a higher energy of creating and manifesting around you. So they want lots of twin energy within their cabal. So she has already been, well, they have already been ranked as a high priestess. But they are going to be falling out of that, I think. Or I think one of them is going to pull the other one to the light, because their husbands are still so involved in the Rockefeller side of things. It's going to be hard for them, really, because of their husbands. Their husbands really tried to keep them at bay and handled, so to speak.
I knew there was something up with their husbands. They're always like 20 years older and they're weird and not attractive at all. I'm like, okay, do you guys have
Yeah,
daddy issues that bad? And then
yeah,
Ashley just got married.
yeah, they get sold off to the highest next available. So say there is a bloodline of Rockefellers and you have a daughter who is young. At a young age, that contract is already merged, so they have to get married at some point. So it doesn't matter if he's, 40 and she's 13, they have to sync bloodlines because of the contract. And that's what is going on with the Olsen twins. But they also had a huge falling out with the cast of Full House because of what Bob Saget was doing, and all of them were doing. It wasn't just Bob Saget. It was what is his name? Yeah, that Jesse Jesse on there and all of them. They were all involved of what happened to the Olsen twins because it is a family of pedophiles. Yeah, they all participated in that. And the reason why you see the Olsen twins going to the funeral or, giving a speech about his passing or whatever, which is just nonsense, is because they were made to do this. They are made to say, well, we loved him. He was a good soul and all this stuff. It's just a program to get the masses involved in their drama, and keep feeding that energy.
Well, and then the last thing was Beyonce apparently is going
Oh,
to be making a switch.
the queen
I think
bee.
we just covered.
Yes. Beyonce has been fighting hard. She's been fighting for a long time to actually get outside of the handling of P. Diddy and Jay-Z. But you can kind of tell when she's fighting. She always references the point of there's a video that was leaked of her in the stadium with at a basketball game, and she's kind of zoning out in between realms and in between things. That's because she was literally MK'd Ultra right before she went on to that game with Jay-Z because she didn't want to go. She didn't want to participate anymore. She didn't want to be a part of it. So they literally made her go, and that's when you can see her oversoul fighting to bring her back in. So she's definitely going to be, I think, going completely to our side of Love and Light and leaving Jay-Z and exposing Jay-Z. But it's going to be hard for her because of how far high she's up. She's considered a queen, you know. She is up there with Queen Elizabeth and all that for the States. That's where they rank Beyonce at. But yeah, she's trying.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
fighting. She really is. So you guys pay attention to her too.
That's going to be interesting. I did see that she started coming to me and I kind of ignored her. I was like, I don't want to watch you.
I know.
So
It's because if you know they are,
that's probably why they give it to you.
yeah, because if you know that they are low like that, you don't want to participate in that. You kind of just want to tune them out. But if you know that they're switching and they need kind of a help, like love energy, that's why it's so important to send love energy out to these celebrities and see them engulfed in light and everyone finding their silver cord and their oversoul so they can tune into that. The higher the vibration, the higher everyone wakes up. And that includes the celebrities who are awakening.
I'm going to be honest with you. Somebody asked, what about Candace Cameron? Do you know who Candace Cameron is? She's DJ on Full
Yeah,
House.
oh, okay. She is considered a Christian mom. She really practices her faith of Christianity and all of these things, but she she's a tough one because she is actually for the dark side. She is she
Yeah.
preaches Christianity and all this stuff, but she doesn't want to stand up for the twins, know what's going on. She doesn't want to stand up for these different the kids, all that. And she just kind of wants to ignore all that and just preach God and preach holy and all this stuff, but she doesn't want to do anything about it. So she's not really making a switch in her life. She's preaching good and preaching godliness, but she's not making a switch anytime soon. The other one is
Yeah.
Stephanie. She is trying to switch out.
Hmm.
Stephanie wants to produce music of love and light, and they are fighting her on that. Kind of what happened to Britney. Britney Spears wanting to promote her own music. Stephanie wanted to do her own music, and then she became a DJ, and then she came back into acting. She's kind of all over the place because they just keep trying to control her, and she doesn't like to be controlled at all. She just wants to be herself and be loving and kind. So she's definitely switching over to the light side too.
Yeah, she went through
She really
some
did.
tough times. But yeah, I was gonna say exactly what you just said. I said I'm gonna be honest with you. I was gonna say I don't get good vibes from Candace because of exactly that. She knows, and then she re-signed the contract to be on Full House. Like, girl, you're over here preaching Jesus and God's love, but
Hmm.
you're letting this shit happen.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
Olsen
trust you.
twins said absolutely not. No way. I'm not coming back. I don't want to promote that. And they were even made to like say, okay, we're going to put you on the show no matter what, and they somehow got out of it. So their higher self is like, okay, you don't want to be a part of it. We're going to help you with that. They don't want no part of it. I don't even know if that show's
Yeah,
even still
they're
running or
angry.
not.
Yeah, I don't know if they got more, but um, well, I guess that's it for today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I've been up forever and I need to rest, you guys. I love you all so much. And I will answer
Yeah,
as many questions as possible. And of course, Alex is going to be spilling some tea regarding Drew Barrymore and everybody else. So follow her for that.
definitely on your page once we get off here. I would recommend not getting off the app until it's loaded because Instagram is annoying. It'll like glitch and not load your stuff. So just share it and leave it, and then I'll share it on my story so that people can come and watch it if they want to watch the whole thing if they missed
Okay,
anything.
sounds good. Love you guys. Bye.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Okay, you guys, how do I shut down? How do I shut this down with saving it? Someone help me. Do I hit an exit or do I hit a save? Mm, does anybody know what I should do? Save, where's save at? Okay, on my screen, you guys, there's an X, and I don't see a save button. Is the save the little triangle at the bottom? So is that the send button? The save and post? Is that the send, the little airplane? Hit X, then post? Okay. All right, I'm gonna hit X and post. So hopefully that helps. If not, I'm sorry for those who missed it. But I love you guys all so much. And I will go back and answer all of your messages. So give me a couple days to do all that. Like I said, I do have a session tomorrow with a client. But all right, I'm gonna X out now. I love you.